you know, was looking real dramatic here a minute ago, and then the words of
And
Forrest
now it's
Gump,
not.
and then the sun come out. Yeah, it was literally a monsoon happening here, to the point where I even said, "Hey Jeremy, I'm gonna flare out defiantly in the
In the
rain."
rain.
Said that less than 2 minutes ago, like maybe 90
No,
seconds.
it was like no, it was less than 90 seconds
Yeah,
ago. It was like 30 seconds ago.
feeling real good about it. It was gonna be a dramatic return because we are returning to the Division Two. That felt a little Jake, like a Jake
No,
segue. No,
it wasn't that bad. Love you, Jake. I'm sorry.
Jake is out tonight, so when the Jake is away, the channel becomes a looter shooter channel.
Yep, every time.
That's the rule. Division Two came out with its new. I'm Steven, by the way. That's Jeremy over there.
Yeah.
But if you're watching this, you probably already know that. Let me share to Discord real quick. Jeremy, tell me while I'm sharing Discord your understanding of this season.
Well, they put in the new game mode, which is two teams of four that are going to a power plant that they're trying to retake it.
Yes, we are defending it because they
Oh, we're
sabotaged it. We're
defending it.
trying to
Okay.
basically disarm it or something.
Okay.
And you want to know the biggest twist of all?
What's that?
It's actually fun.
Crowd can't stop cheering.
Really? I
It's,
remember
it,
last time we talked about it. It was kind of
I
a
mean,
damage check.
it is. It absolutely is. But, um, it's not raid level bad.
Okay, so it's not as bad as.
To where, like, in the raid, if, like, well, in any raid in this game, if you are, hold on, gotta close that. If you don't do, like, all 6 red cores and everyone does X damage in 5 seconds, you wipe. It's not that. There are no wipe mechanics. It is just 15 minutes to complete a couple side objectives, which unlocks the main objective, and you can do them however you see fit. So, like, you could split up where, because you start, and we'll play that tonight before the stream is over. Hey, Can, hey, Vortex. But basically, the teams start on opposite sides. You got subgroup 1, subgroup 2, and it's implied that each group is supposed to do a side objective. I don't know how it works yet. I've basically been a follower in the few times I've played it.
Well, Steven, we're about to find out.
Do you want to do it? Do you want to do that now, or do you want to do season content first?
Either one.
I'm
Let's start with some season content and then
Okay.
kind of work our way.
I'm good with that.
By the way, I completely forgot I got Bighorn and
Yeah.
was just like wrecking face in that group.
I'm very excited to watch you work with Bighorn. This, Jeremy, that I'm holding, is it an AK? Does it look like an AK to you? An AK, modern AK or whatever it's called?
Oh yeah, is that the new one?
It's supposed to be, but because it can't be Chortle Games, Steven
Oh,
talking
this is
about
Division.
Division without me complaining. They were so bad at, like, assuring quality, even though they had 3 PTSs for this, that the Stoner, the Dare, this is the new named LMG that comes with Perfect Spotter. It has a fixed ACOG on top of it that you cannot remove, I believe. Yeah. And there's no scope there. It's a
Yeah,
built-in
I
8x
was like,
scope.
there's-
There's no scope. So that is just the appetizer for the hilarious story about this is the Kingbreaker. This is my gun for my new DPS build. That's what I'm running right now.
Nice.
At Austin graciously gave me the Kingbreaker because, of course, his RNG, he got it within 1 countdown match, and I've been looking for it for the past several days. But he gave it to me, so thank you, Austin. The AK, you want to see the AK? Here. This is the Kingbreaker. It is not supposed to be an AK. They gave it the wrong model, I guess. Because, okay, that's the Kingbreaker. This is what it's supposed to look like, which is why I'm very excited. Because I didn't know this gun actually existed. This beauty right here in my hands. That's what the Kingbreaker's supposed to be. The TKB 408. Which, gun nerds everywhere, don't hate me. I saw this, did not know it was an actual, like, didn't know guns like this actually existed. But I was like, oh crap, it's the Flatline from Titanfall. That's my favorite gun from Titanfall. Because it's like a bullpup AK, basically. So that's what the Kingbreaker is supposed to look like, Jeremy. Is the TKB. See? The plot thickens even more, Jeremy. You want to know why?
Oh, do tell.
So when I shoot it, not only do my hands not really do the right animation, not only do the attachments not sit on it correctly, but watch me. Actually, hold on. I gotta really set the stage for this. Yeah, watch me reload. Did you see it?
No, go ahead again. I'm sorry.
Okay, hold on. Which mag was it? Maybe it was the stability mag. Okay, shooting the gun, and then I'm gonna reload.
That's a bullpup, sir.
It's a bullpup. You are absolutely correct.
What the heck?
Yeah. Well, one of these magazines, it actually puts the mag in the front for a split second. I'm trying to figure out which one it was.
It's
Dang.
that one.
Like he play, but like the mag actually stays there for a second.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So this is new content for the Division, everybody. It's really nice to be back. Nothing's changed. Some things have changed. Yeah,
But not really.
Austin earlier when we played, we did Countdown, which has so much loot. But he was like, "I'm gonna find the Foundry Bulwark chest piece because guess what? Foundry Bulwark and Future Initiative, yeah, they are in the public loot pool now. No raid,
Nice.
but the exotics are still raid locked because Ubisoft hates you.
Because of course. Yeah. Regulus would still be.
They exist, but most either aren't good or have clear issues. Are you asking where I got the example being a bullpup AK? Because I'll explain, Kane. I'm not saying it's a good explanation. Figure out what you want to do next, Jeremy, and then we'll go do that. But if you look at this, when I see this, it was the stock and the wooden parts that made me think AK. But in Titanfall 2, the Flatliner, I can't remember if it's Flatline or Flatliner. That gun, typically, because I don't know guns super well, but I know archetypes in games. The AK style of gun, typically, in a lot of these games, is slow fire rate, high damage, high recoil. That was the Flatliner, or slash Flatline in Titanfall. So that's where I got the idea of it looking like a bullpup AK. If you disagree, okay, you can tell me I'm wrong, but I'm not. Thank you, Austin. Flatline.
So, what did you want to do?
Did you want to start with season content, or did you want to do a round of countdown first?
Let's go and do season content. That's fine.
Okay. Actually, yeah. Let's wait for. I know Courtney's going to be here tonight, so let's wait for her to come back, and then we'll do countdown. So stick around, and we'll do countdown, guys, so you can see it. It's fun. It's hectic, but it's kind of fun. Okay, like no joke. I'm going to go back to this gun again. This whole skin is just cursed. Because like, look at the laser module. It's inside of the gun. The scope is sitting on top of the irons, but not in a way where it's like integrated. Also, okay, no. Yeah, that barrel's way too low. This whole gun skin is just cursed. The more I look at it, the more I hate it. but I love this gun. It just I've always really liked the flatline in Titanfall, and so I basically built this entire build that I'm rocking now off of the Kingbreaker, which will hopefully look like the TKB come tomorrow. I don't know, Can. I don't know. But yeah, the Kingbreaker, Jeremy, has perfect spotter on it, or sorry, perfect flatline, which is a hilarious coincidence. Which, you know, maybe someone on the Division team actually likes Titanfall, which is why they gave the Kingbreaker that talent. It's basically amplifies weapon damage to pulsed enemies. So, again, Season of the Pulse. So, I'm running a damage amp mid red core build with a little bit of off heals and pulse, so a little bit of intel as well. So to start the season, you need to go talk to Faye. Not Faye, Kelso. She's, yeah, down here. While you do that, I'm going to go explain the expertise system. Because someone needs to explain the expertise system. So, here's this new system called expertise. Basically, the more you use items, the more quote-unquote proficient you get with them.
It says I need a Feyloud decryption key.
Leave my session, I'll join yours. You're in my session.
Okay.
That's hopefully that's what it is. So as you use items or as you donate items to the expertise station,
Agent requesting backup.
You become more proficient with it. Proficiency max at rank 10. Once you are rank 10 proficient with an item, you can increase its base stat. So like I got proficient with True Patriot in like an hour and a half because of course I did. Just let me know, Austin. So as you can see, the upgrade that I have active on True Patriot is plus 1% armor bonus because my expertise level when I purchased that upgrade was 1. So I was able to upgrade it by 1%. Here's the catch, and the part that makes this entire system really not manipulative, but just scummy, is that you can only gain expertise level from a set or a gun type or a brand once. So I could never benefit expertise level from True Patriot or Tip of the Spear ever again because I've maxed them at 10. So if I want my expertise level to go higher, so my threshold to upgrade my armor, but you guys know me, I basically only run True Patriot. So I don't diversify that much. I diversify my role, but not my gear. But I have to now use all different kinds of equipment so I can raise up the proficiency so that I can raise my expertise level. So you have to use everything to max expertise. And it takes a long time. So that's the expertise system, guys. We had 520 some days for this. I don't love
Yeah.
it. Gotta be honest, guys. It's not the move, Chief. Vortex, Austin is trying to build a war crime build. If you thought flamethrowers were bad, imagine flamethrowers with a semi-automatic shotgun that not only shocks you, but also poisons you, makes you hallucinate, and then when you die, you spread it to everyone around you. When they die, they spread it to everyone around you. He's running.
I have one of those.
Yeah, he's running a Scorpio, or he's working on a Scorpio red core Eclipse build, which is just mean.
I have one of those.
Yeah.
So I can't say much.
I'm not the war crime guy anymore. That's Austin. I'm the harm assist. I've changed my ways. Austin's gonna call it the Black Plague Premium Package. Jeez, Austin. All right, I'm gonna upgrade some of my gear.
I called mine COVID for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Get a load of this, folks. Amazing. The grade level on gear, you don't appear to... Oh, wait, no. I see. Never mind. We're good. I was about to be really annoyed. It looked like you didn't get a bonus to armor every single time you upgraded the level, but you do. We're good. It's okay. We're gonna be okay. Also, the expertise table, they must not have tested this thing at all either, because it's really broken. Like, audio cues don't really happen, visual cues don't really happen correctly. Like, it's just, it feels like I'm playing a PTS right now. And they did 3 PTS phases. To be fair, Countdown does feel fairly polished. But, and this, it may sound like I'm being hard on the game. To be honest, they delivered more in this season than I thought they would. Because really, they didn't have to deliver anything this season except for a new season, and I would have eaten it up because, in my opinion, the gameplay...
Because Division?
Yeah, because Division. Because this game gets 1 free pass as long as it releases new content. Like, because
Turns out Agent Lau
they just
has
needed a
kind of
reason to get me
insurance
back into the
policy.
game.
Most of it is heavily
And I thank them for that. I thank them for not
Lau left it for
just
me,
moving on.
but I think you should hear it.
But
You can play it back on the console.
they
I also
need to
found
deliver
pages of Ellis's
moving
diary
forward.
if you want to read them.
Hey, I'm out of blueprints, but can I help you craft something? Later.
Vortex. Are you saying should you draw Vortex with a flamethrower? No, you should draw Austin with a viral shotgun. Are you listening to the audio log?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
T-shirts too. This is how Skynet begins, Matt. Like this right here. Me playing the Division 2, or me complaining about the Division 2, or Vortex getting a flamethrower shotgun. Yeah, everyone say hello to Matt in the chat. I should probably check and see how the chat bar looks. Hey, chat, do I need to move the chat down there? Do I need to move it somewhere else? Yeah, that's Matt from the stream on Saturday with No Man's Sky. Matt, that's Jeremy over there. You probably, yeah, you watched the Back from Blood stream. You know Jeremy.
Yeah. Hi, Matt.
Matt works with me at the church.
Oh, yeah.
I've got the
Helps me not
biggest
be-
inventory in
Well,
DC.
sometimes he drives me crazy. He's my pitch man, so he's my guy that goes for quantity over quality with ideas, to where we just rapid
Nice.
fire those suckers. Like get a sponsorship from Red Bull, get a sponsorship from Monster. Most of them are sponsorship by energy drinks. Oh yeah, that was Isaac. That's just Isaac. Don't mind Isaac, Matt. He's just an all-knowing AI that exists in my wrist. You see, Matt, if you had suggested it one time, it
Pleasure
would
to
have
see you.
just been a dead meme. But you've suggested it no fewer than 3 times. And then there's the Red Bull, and then it just becomes a bit, and then you've done it to yourself. All right.
I have to say that I am thoroughly impressed on how Division looks on PS5.
Right? It's
It
so
looks
good.
So good.
Like, especially in the rain when we started.
Yeah.
The light. Whew, so good. So if you're caught up now, I think we just need to go to Constitution Hall, do some control, like 3 control points, a bounty, and then a broadcast.
Let's get to it.
All right. You lead the way.
Excuse me.
So to catch you guys up on the story, and by you guys I mean people who have zero context of the story, so this explanation is going to mean nothing. But hey, for you shy people in the chat that actually care about the game but don't say hello, this one's for you.
Sorry about that.
You should care about this game because it's fantastic.
The core game is fantastic.
And It's how Steven and I met.
It is.
The first one, but yeah,
I missed the first one.
it's so good.
But anyway, we really should revisit that one. I'm always down
digress,
for
yeah.
like an annual Resistance.
Oh, Underground, yeah, or
Resistance and Underground. But Fei Lao,
About
the agent that seemingly betrayed us in the previous season that happened 500 days ago, roughly, she never actually betrayed us. And you guys are going to flip over this. The bad guy, like the one behind everything, is an old white guy from Washington. Can you believe it? I'm stunned. I cannot believe it.
Hostile control point
Thank you,
identified.
Matt. Finally, Matt sees reason. Maybe a Monster Energy sponsorship isn't such a bad idea. I'll revisit it. We'll talk Sunday. My people will call your people.
Jesus. Alright. Coming up on the control point.
Yep. All right, what build you running?
It's my gunslinger one, but I have
Texas Stopway?
yeah, but I have Bighorn and New Reliable.
Okay. If you want, I can hold the line. You can go behind me. There's a elevated point.
Yeah,
Let me reiterate. I can try to hold the line. I'll probably be fine.
I got your back.
Appreciate it. All right.
All right.
I'll.
There's a group of them.
Yep. Calling allies. I need to turn the volume down on this game. Oh yeah, this was a bad idea. I should not have run this build on heroic control.
Agent down.
Yeah, I'm fixing it now.
Agent deceased.
I'm dead. Stay alive. And I need to fix my audio. I don't know why it got so freaking loud. It was
Oh, cool. It's not letting me break free. Well, that's quick.
Settings. Audio. There it is. Talk, Jeremy.
I'm talking right now. This is Jeremy talking.
I'm gonna lower it to 30.
Okay.
Talk again.
How's it going at 30? Is 30 okay?
I think that'll be good.
Okay.
So Matt, do you know the story of the Division? Like the in-game story? 'Cause it's actually quite good. The setup is quite good. Execution, the execution really failed in 2, but so basically it's a bit too real to life as well. Black Friday of 2016, a man named Vitaly Chernenkov created basically he created a was it smallpox? Some version of smallpox that he placed on a few dollar bills that he spread around New York City. And the thing that made the dollar flu is what they ended up calling it, or green poison. The thing that made it so deadly was that it took a while to notice the symptoms. You know, what's that called? COVID, they said the same thing. Basically,
asymptomatic.
well, it was, people were not symptomatic until it was far too late. Think COVID, but with a very high mortality rate. Long incubation. Thank you, Ken. I knew I was thinking of, it was on the tip of the tongue. So green poison basically, you know, started in New York, but because it's New York, spread everywhere, completely took out society, and that's where we come in, the Strategic Homeland Division, SHD. We are a group of agents that are placed throughout society that have advanced training and advanced technology, and we are only activated when the government. we're sleeper agents, but we're only activated when there's basically like things are really, really dire, and our job is to keep the peace, save what remains. So we're given full autonomy to work with the military, the Joint Task Force, comprised of first responders and all of them. It's funny that I'm going into this tirade when he just asked what the riot foam was all about. So that's basically the story. Is we're dealing in a post-pandemic world where the pandemic went really, really badly. So the riot foam, there is a faction called the JTF, Joint Task Force. Like I said, they are a joint task force of first responders, some doctors, police. Basically, gosh, did not know that guy was flanking me. Basically, they're the only form of law enforcement other than us that still exists. The bad guy had a very Russian name. It was Vitaly Chernenkov. And actually, one of the things I like about the story is that Vitaly Chernenkov is not in the game, really. Wait, no. Was Vitaly the one that released the poison, or was he the one that we rescued from the consulate?
He's the one we rescued.
Okay. Vitaly is not the one. Gosh, what was the name of the guy that released the green poison?
He created it, but
Yeah.
he didn't release it.
Yeah, Vitaly helped the guy. What was the name of the guy? See, oh, Amherst. Gordon
I can't
Amherst.
remember. Amherst.
Because
yeah,
we went to his apartment 50,000 times.
Amherst apartment. Yep.
Yeah, Gordon Amherst was the guy who created the virus, but a virologist named Vitaly Chernenkov helped him create it. But what I was saying is the creator of the virus plays such a little role in the series, and I like that a lot because it just kind of shows that his desire, like, he already won, basically. He was just like, we need a new plague, one of those people, and he was like, even if I'm one of the victims, this needs to happen. So Gordon Amherst got what he wanted, and he basically doesn't play a role in this at all because he's already dead. We never even met the guy. The true villain of this game is a man named Aaron Keener, who is a first wave agent that got screwed over by the JTF and left to die. But he's also dead now because this game doesn't know how to utilize its villains. Anyway, the riot foam. The faction we're fighting right now is the True Sons. The JTF are the Joint Task Force that kind of suck, but also they are dealing with a situation far beyond what they were trained for. So in DC, the first game takes place in New York. This one obviously takes place in DC. In DC, the JTF ended up, a large portion of the JTF ended up basically turning against the division and against, well, the rest of the JTF as kind of a, this is the better way to do it. Broke off and started doing things their own way, more brutal Iron Fist type tactics. And that is the True Sons. So we're fighting former JTF. So the reason they have the foam is because that was a crowd suppressant tool that the JTF would have used, but now it is being used by the True Sons. All right.
Nice.
Gotta defend.
Incoming hostiles detected.
Well, I mean, that's the thing, Ken. The universe of the Division is fascinating. It is such a good setup. Like, that's why, to me, the story of this game, like, of the creation, you know, behind the scenes and how they've botched it is almost as interesting as the lore itself. Because you have to be a special kind of stupid and incompetent to botch this game's story as much as they have. They have literally been given, like, they wrote in themselves, like, 3 chances to fix, to course correct the entire narrative, and they haven't used any of those chances. They've just doubled down on the game having no idea what it's doing. But the setup, phenomenal. And that's kind of the theme of this game, is that the live service sucks, but good lord, someone or a lot of someone's, probably a lot of someone's, was really passionate and really good at what they did when this game was being created, this game and the first one, because the core gameplay of this, like the level design, the shooting, the loot system, all of it is phenomenal. But everything that came after the structure was released sucks. Oh, there's more foam. So, funny enough, The Division is not based off a Tom Clancy book. It's based on, it was a military operation. Either Tom Clancy wrote it and it was fiction, or it was an actual operation that happened that The Division was based on. I can't remember the details. Called Operation Dark Winter, I believe. I could be getting this completely mixed up because, you know, earlier I said Chernikov created the virus. But basically the whole idea of Dark Winter was the concept of the Division, like, when society breaks down, like, I'll have to look it up. But basically it was the concept of putting sleeper agents to be activated at the collapse of society. Something like that. Courtney was back to say that she'd be back again. Matt says, easiest way to end the war. Go launch the nukes. Everyone dies, including the bad guys and the good guys, but ignore that part. So, no. You know, it's funny, because, where's my... Oh, the Seeker's going to you. Let's see. Is it? I think my Seeker's... Oh, yeah, it was broken. Awesome. Jeremy, I think they may have broken the Seeker. As is tradition, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead and try to defib again. Do it. This guy's just going to keep trying to resuscitate his pal, and I'm just going to keep shooting him with a crossbow. Oh, he gave up.
An agent in assistance.
I'm good. I've got a self-revive.
Hey, the True Sons guy, you know, the one that literally foams everybody for a living, his foam pack exploded, and he yelled, "What is this?"
Serious trauma detected.
Are you joking? These are not players.
I've got
This is
it
not.
now.
This is not Dark Zone, Matt. We're not that brave. Dark Zone, because this game sucks at balancing PvP and PvE. Dark Zone's a mess.
Oh, Steve.
What? What'd you do?
I have full stacks of Headhunter
Oh God.
and used my my sniper.
What's the damage?
42 million?
With an assault rifle.
No, with my my special sniper.
Oh, okay. I thought Headhunter was the bighorn buff. I remember Headhunter's a chest talent, right?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
just tell.
You about caused me to question my entire life. Told me you hit 42 million with what I thought was an assault
Oh
rifle.
God, no, no.
Jeez. All right.
I'm out of ammo with everything else downstairs.
Yeah.
I was like, oh well, let's try this.
Dark Zone is where players can kill each other and betray each other and be awful people, but also run the meta to ruin everyone else's fun. That's
Yeah.
basically what Dark Zone is.
A clan member has joined your team.
There's Austin. Rogues.
Yep, coming up
Just
top.
in time, Austin. I'm adding you to the call.
Rogue agent detected.
You know, Ken, once you accept that I'm right about most things that I throw my hat in the ring about, then you'll live a happier life. 1 second.
There's one up front already.
Rogue bombardier drone detected.
So, Matt, these are rogue agents.
Rogue fixer.
Isaac, the watch that keeps talking to us, is basically our AI companion that runs our network, keeps gives us all of our intel, all that stuff. Rogues are there's Austin. Okay. When an agent is declared rogue, that is because they have disavowed the tenets of the division. So they've turned on other agents, or it's unclear. But basically, Isaac determines if an agent has gone rogue or not. Aaron Keener, the first wave agent that is the main villain of this game, or was, he was a rogue agent, and he created a network of rogue agents. So, still NPCs, but they have the skills that we do. So they can drop, like, Seeker Mines, Striker Drones, all that jazz.
God.
Eliminated. Supply room access unlocked.
How does it feel being an absolute freaking bully?
Amazing.
Must feel great to demean the existence.
Oh, now,
And slowly
ooh.
punish.
Even I got the Anarchist's Cookbook.
Oh, nice. That's a good one.
I'm gonna take it.
So see, that's the thing, Can. At some, like, they've teased the thought of perhaps you can't trust Isaac because someone has to have designed Isaac, and if Washington is corrupt, then Isaac should also be corrupt. So that's why Keener was so compelling, because he was in the thinking of the division lost its way, it was doomed from the start, so let's just blow it all up and start over. Well, see, there's the problem, though. Like, he had a point, and then he went from having a point to let's just blow it up and start all over. There's a clear disconnect there. What made it, so we see that Isaac can be tampered with, that he can be fooled by certain hackers and all this stuff. And so Keener making his own rogue network made a lot of sense, which I think the rogue network is actually called Anna, which we still have not heard anything from, and that was
520 days ago.
No, that was before season one.
That was before that. Yeah.
Oh.
But so we'd seen Isaac be tampered with. So my thought was, and this is going to be concepts that a lot of you don't understand because you don't have division lore, but I'll just basically the president is being manipulated by shadow organization, whatever, called the Black Tusk, which Black Tusk are the guys that use all of the advanced robotics and whatnot. And when we saved DC, when we rolled in and took out all the factions, even though we didn't take them all out, Black Tusk rolled in to police everything, basically saying the division, your job's done, and they tried to axe us out. So my thought, where they could have gone with the story, and this would have been amazing, make it to where the division was always going to take the fall. Make it to where we were set up to do the heavy lifting, so that when the president, spoiler alert, the president gets assassinated by a division member, Fei Lao, which I mentioned earlier. So my thought was, oh shoot, she's going to blame the division for assassinating the president, so that Black Tusk can now come out and say, oh, the division are acting against the United States government. Then everyone...
We'll protect you.
Yeah, basically setting up Black Tusk to come in and police everything, creating a new world order run by Black Tusk.
Friendly supply
And
detected.
if Isaac had been part of that, to where Isaac can turn or doctor evidence against us, that would have been amazing, because then it would have been like, oh shoot, Isaac, who we've trusted, who's told us, like, there's some really interesting conversations with, like, video games and autonomy when it comes to the literal robot voice that tells you everything to do and whether or not you can trust it. BioShock did that years ago, and it's a legend for it. So you could have done some cool stuff there. And then you would have made Keener have a point, because if he created a rogue network, then he was basically creating his legacy, which was the true concept of the division, but outside of the corruption of government. And then you could have gone into Division 3, which takes place years later after the New World Order has already been established, and we end up getting roped in with
Hostile control point
the Rogue
nearby.
Network, which would be the new division working outside of Isaac. It just makes so much sense, but they didn't do it. Like, they didn't do anything. They even went as far as to having Fei Lao execute the president
Hostile broadcast detected.
and try to blame it on us just for that to be resolved in the same mission. They were right
Guys
there.
ready?
Ready? Sorry, I thought. Yep, we're good.
Yeah, go ahead. Stay up on your soapbox. We're good.
It's not a soapbox. It's a soapbox implies that I have a moral high ground. Really, I just have something to say.
Well, we have
No, I
the
guess
moral
that would
high
be
ground.
that would be.
Oh my
high
god,
horse.
we're getting attacked from behind.
Yep. Got us. Pull back a little bit.
Yep.
Austin, don't overextend.
Yeah, I.
Yep.
He overextended. All right, coming to you.
Yeah, there's a whole crew behind us.
You got
Go
them,
ahead, get in.
Jeremy.
Yeah, they're
Come
on
to the cop car.
Hostile broadcast picked up.
You good back there?
Yeah, I'm good.
Left.
The grenadier was like, "Eat this," and then I hit her pouch, and she went, "Oh no!"
That's my favorite. It's just grenade denying people. Gosh, what's the Rikers line that they love to say?
Oh man.
It's something about like got a drink for you, or got something like that.
Yeah. Oh, that's a supply.
I figured it was.
Right behind us, yeah. I got our back. Go ahead.
Okay, Austin, keep pushing. I'll float.
Yeah.
We've got help back here.
Is that where our reinforcements are coming in?
Yeah.
Good.
And it's all reds and purples back here. So.
I'm poisoning everything.
I can see that.
Bro, do I need to get out the
Same team.
What if I build too?
Same team, guys. Let's go on.
No, I'm saying like we could just infect everything.
Oh god, that's true. Actually, yeah, I don't have an exotic weapon equipped, so I could tote. Hey, Austin, cover me. I'm gonna equip Scorpio real quick.
Heavily armored hostile
Okay.
detected.
Do it after we swap sides.
I've already equipped it. All right, let's go. Holy cow!
He did.
So good.
Next step.
What questions do you have about the lore can? Because I don't want to just keep, ranting about nothing. Realistically, though, this year of content, so this season and the following probably 2 seasons, is probably going to be the end of the division, if I had to guess, from the trajectory where the story's going. Because it very much feels like we're starting to get answers, like the Hunters, which are... Oh, I'll talk about this, because this is a super interesting thing to me. The Hunters are just these random dudes. I'm wearing a Hunter backpack right now, just to add context to kind of
Detecting
their
additional
look.
hostile contacts.
They hunt members of the division, and they collect shade tech, which is our advanced technology. That's our watches. That's our connection to
They're coming
Isaac. From which side? East? Outside? Okay. So hunters kill division members. We don't know why. And it seems like we're going to learn what they are, where they're from, all that stuff. But my thought, and I don't think they're going to do this, but it would have been way more interesting. It would have tied directly into the theory of Black Tusk being the final solution all along. And us being the patsy, the ones to be blamed and to take the fall for everything. including green poison itself. Well, not taking fall for green poison happening, but the fallout of green poison. So, my theory, and I don't own this theory, I'm sure it's well known when NGN Gaming is a popular lore channel, he's probably done a video on this, was that, so you got, the Division is wave-based. You got the first wave, which was your first group of activated agents, and they were at the very beginning, and most of them are either dead or they've disavowed the Division and gone rogue, because they really took the brunt of it. Second wave is what we are. We were just the second wave of activated agents, and we're here to clean up the mess of the first wave and everything that the first wave did not clean up. So what they caused and what they did not clean. So it was my theory that the Hunters were the third wave. And since we have full autonomy and we only answer to the President, so the highest form of order in the United States government, we only answer to him. My thought was, once society is, back to normal and everything is cleaned up, we've done our job, how do you deactivate fully autonomous government agents with all the knowledge and skills that we have? You have a smaller group of even more elite, well-equipped agents that work outside of any form of government and can be disavowed if caught, full deniability, and that would be your third wave, the cleanup of the cleanup, essentially. And then Black Tusk was the one to come in as essentially your fourth wave, to be like, now that stinky old Division is gone, we're here to save the day. Doesn't that sound so much more interesting than some old white guy in Washington?
Much better.
Everyone is still hell-bent on assuming that the Hunters are just Russians. Just random
Wait.
Russians.
That's what people think?
That was the prevailing theory for the longest time. Which may not be super far from the truth, because one of the heads of Black Tusk is a woman named Natalia Sokolovia, who is the daughter of the owner of Sokolov Concern, which is the brand that has to do with either crit damage or SMGs. So they have a little bit of a Borderlands flair, where you have gun manufacturers actually playing a role within the game itself. She is from Russia. Sokolov Concern obviously is from Russia. So, and we've seen Hunter work with her, so that was, everybody was like, so the Hunters are Russian. But I don't know if that ever got confirmed or not.
I don't think they're spawning.
This one always has problems.
Well, y'all are also like 80 meters out.
Yeah, I told Austin not to overextend, and then I got caught up in the overextending.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Oh, they're inside.
Yep.
Hostile broadcast picked up.
The civilian leader died. Did we pick him up?
No, I didn't see.
Huh. Jeremy, you're running pulse.
Yeah.
Okay. That helps me. Just gives me more uptime.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
Did we win? Also, how's audio now?
Outside
Yep,
again.
Other side.
Coming.
Hostile broadcast detected.
Back off.
Pull back, Austin.
Yep.
I'm quiet. That's just how I am. That's who I am, Matt. You can't change me.
I am the quietest.
He is. You're using your phone, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm using my phone.
Okay. Austin,
Yes.
you dying, bud?
No, no.
You are.
They're dying.
Yeah, I think they broke the healing seeker. It seems like it's asleep half the time. So that sucks.
Supply room access.
It helped me multiple times though.
That's good.
I noticed it.
I'm determined to make the healing seeker work in a build.
Hostile
gonna
broadcast
happen.
picked up.
Oh, Jeremy, we need to get you Dread Edict. That's the exotic SVD.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you done your weekly exotic turn in yet? Because I think it resets tomorrow.
I think I need like 30 food or something like that.
Okay. Let's find out, because I would like to get you that gun.
42. I need
ASAP.
42 food.
42 food, got it. Quick, Austin, check your pockets for any candy bars or potato chips, anything.
Okay, okay. What spot would that be? I got some tape measures, some pencils, stuffed animals.
Did I ask for any of those things, Austin?
No. That's soldier.
Wow. Wow. Wowie, wow, wow, wow. Austin, you are so lucky.
What?
Guess what I just got from a named cache?
What?
Firm handshake.
Hostile broadcast.
Oh, is that the one you're telling me about?
That's the status effect glove.
Yeah, it's a good one.
That we literally went to that area to farm for earlier.
Sweet.
It's
And
out.
over.
It's out there waiting for you.
Yoink.
All right. Next control point.
Yep.
Okay.
I am actually going to swap to a different loadout.
I am going to try this exact same build, but without the Mending Seeker and not running Survivalist. Because I can't decide if I want to run Technician or Survivalist. But the more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm thinking it should probably be Technician. Because running Technician, I wouldn't even really need the pulse. Because I could just use the underbarrel laser to pulse everything. And then I would proc my damage bonus automatically. I can keep explaining if you guys want into the whole thing, but that's about it. Pulsing is when you do the thing and the enemy is lit up and they're like, ah, I'm pulsed. And you're like, ah, you're pulsed. I've pulsed you.
Curses with the pulse.
Pleasure to see you.
Should I do Eclipse Protocol or my sniper build?
Let's save the sniper build for when you have Dread Edict in your hands so that you can just
Okay.
give it a shot. And then another shot. And then everything will be dead. What other skill do I want to run? You know what? You know what? You know what?
No.
Gosh, I was hoping you did, because I don't. I think I'm actually going to try the decoy. And then when I hate it, I'm going to use Reviver Hive. Good night, Matt. Glad you're here, Courtney, in case I didn't say hey. We were just talking about this game's amazing story potential and how I hate Ubisoft for ruining said potential. And for likely calling it quits on Watch Dogs and likely calling it quits on this game and turning Tom Clancy into a series that literally has XD in the title and probably getting rid of Ghost Recon, turning it into a battle royale. Sam Fisher's probably, I don't know, what does Sam Fisher date XM, you think? Anybody?
No, he's probably gonna be on. Is he on Fortnite yet?
I don't think so. No, probably not.
Oh,
Probably soon though.
I have no idea.
He's been too busy being in literally every other Ubisoft game ever made except for a Splinter Cell game.
Yeah, don't forget his cameo in Grab Battle.
Crab Battle?
The
That was Snake.
oh wait,
Yeah.
wrong first.
Yeah. Same thing though, right? Oh. Who's that at the control point?
Hostile supply convoy. Detected.
Coming.
Oh, I'm moving in. Well, I'm on fire. What the hell? What? Oh, okay, there we go.
Yeah, Ubisoft. I'm literally in the middle of writing a script for a video essay that I may or may not ever make. But the tentative title is "Dear Ubisoft, I Fixed Your Game," and it's like my thought process is to make it like an entire retrospective series on games that they have botched, and not just games like IPs. And the first of which is The Division, because its failure to me is the most spectacular in scope and in detail.
Hostile broadcast picked up.
I'm trying to. I've been in kind of a funk / rut / whatever you want to call it lately, where it's just been hard to motivate myself to do anything creative, and also I just feel like I hate myself all the time. I'm laughing, but it's true. So it's hard to push myself to do anything like that, but I started the script. I've got probably 2 pages written, and I haven't even in the script gotten to. I think I just got to the release of The Division 1, so there's that. Also, I really want to come back to Forward Compatible. I watched some of those.
Yeah,
What'd you say?
that's something I haven't done in a while.
Yeah, since COVID started. Well, no, I did Watch Dogs. I think Watch Dogs and Assassin's Creed Unity. I did those, but though I love those. I think they're fantastic. I think Jake does such a good edit whenever he makes those, and like, I just think the format works. But it's hard because I never know when I'm gonna feel confident enough to write my opinions to put on the internet, or when I'm gonna be like, hey, everything I do is a waste of time. Because that's kind of the funk I'm going through right now. So had a rough day, in case you can't tell. Glad we're streaming.
I don't think anything you ever do is worse sometimes, Steven.
You're my rock, Jeremy.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
Any sign of them?
put time into it, it means something to you.
Incoming hostiles detected.
What'd you say?
That if you put time into something, it means something to you.
Yeah. That is true, but the problem is that, like, I don't need, like, public affirmation. I don't need views to be motivated to do a forward compatible or anything like that. The only person I need to impress or quell the doubts of is myself, but I am my own worst critic, and I am actively malicious to myself sometimes. So it's a fun head game. How'd we get here? I appreciate
Forward compatible.
forward compatible. I appreciate it, Courtney. Like streaming. I'm being completely real here.
Additional hostile contacts.
Streaming helps keep me sane.
Hostile broadcast.
Because ever since COVID started, it's been weird to where, like, I feel like most of my social circle, whatever you want to call it, has basically moved, like, local social group. Like, this does include Jake, because Jake doesn't live here. Jake's done a great job of like, making time to hang out and chat, and streaming with him has been really helpful. I just want to make sure that he doesn't feel called out. And present company, Jake, Austin, you guys are great, because you guys will actually, like, give me time and stuff. But, like,
Yeah.
pretty much my local circle when COVID started, they just kind of went away. And I don't know if it was more so when COVID started or when I got married or whatever, but, like, it's been weird to where, like, there was a time when hanging out with people was different, and I feel like when the new normal started, I didn't get a new normal. Like, my new normal must have gotten lost in the mail. So,
Wrong door.
what'd you say?
Wrong door. Wrong door delivery.
Yeah, so I don't even know where I was going with that one. Something about COVID.
Incoming hostiles
It's
detected.
just been it's been a particularly hard week. But oh yeah, this channel. This channel helps keep me sane, because the channel is basically my social life. And I'm not saying that to say, like, oh yeah, I look to this channel for any form of social gratification, or it's not. The channel is something I enjoy doing, but you guys just happen to really help me feel like I can, like, just talk about how I'm feeling, or just feel affirmed in being able to entertain somebody. Like, Courtney asking me to play DMC5 was great, because I know I said earlier I don't need the affirmation of people, but I will say that a motivator for me is serving people, like, helping. And so if I can help somebody by entertaining them, playing a game they like, or talk about something they like, that energizes me. Like, that helps refuel my social fuel gauge, whatever you want to call it, being an introvert. But yeah, so the schedule is not the problem. Streaming is not the problem. I am not feeling fatigue or burnout from streaming. If anything, it's quite the opposite, where streaming really helps me feel re-energized from a social standpoint, because it's the most I get regularly from a social standpoint. Anybody else want to, like, anybody questions, like, greatest fears? Like, keep going.
I took a cave tour today. It was fun.
Yeah, how was that?
Yeah, it was really cool. It's like one of the only cave systems in Florida.
You know, I forgot for like a split second that you're in Florida, and it's really weird to me thinking about caves in Florida, and I don't know why. And
Yeah, I had never knew, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Huh.
I mean, growing up, I was like, yeah, there's nothing here, but
Agent
I'm down.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
I got him.
Is decoy helping, or is it just kind of there? Because I can't tell.
It definitely is.
Good.
Hostile broadcast picked up.
That's fine, guys. I don't need a wall piece.
I hate that there's only 2 on this one.
Yeah.
Well, there's the third. Get hit from the side. Go ahead up there. I'll cover.
I'm good. You what build are you running, by the way?
EP.
Okay. Yeah, it's kind of how I'm feeling, Courtney. That's why I'm very thankful for just the oddball crew that we have. And even though, like, you know, it is just a YouTube channel that we do, I do consider the friendships that I've made, like the people that I've met, I do consider them like legitimate friendships, and I value all the time that I have with all of them. That includes even watching Austin work on everyone. I cherish that.
Now it's me and them.
I really cherish being an accomplice to all these war crimes.
Thank you.
There's 2 guys on there.
I wish it was only 2. Oh,
Yeah.
the third one ran away. Ah, decoy!
He's up in the room.
Oh, good God, the man learned how to fly, and also he shaved his head.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
There we go. That spot.
Yeah, lay down, that's a good idea.
Broadcast detected.
After we do this control point, do you guys want to do round a countdown, and then we can finish out the season stuff? Or
Sure.
season? Okay. I will say I do like
Supply room access unlocked.
what they did with the lieutenants in this. And Jeremy, I think I mentioned it to you, but the lieutenants all have their own mission now, but it's a bounty that takes place within a mission map.
Okay.
So like DCD is Castillo, but it's DCD taken over by True Sons. So it's like a True Sons bounty that takes place in the DCD map. It's a clever use of the maps that they have, which I again would say is one of the strengths of this series as a whole is the level design.
Yeah, for sure.
Courtney, we're playing on hardcore. No, not hardcore. Heroic?
Heroic.
Broadcast
Heroic.
picked
I
up.
knew it was an H. We're playing on Heroic, and this game is, you know, one of those looter shooters where health bars are bigger than they probably should be. Time to kill is fairly high. But that guy was also like a heavily armored named elite. That's the highest tier of enemy you can be, and his class was that he was like a heavy gunner, so he had a lot of armor plating. Which is why whenever you see, it's a certain type of hit marker to show when you're hitting armor and not the armor, like heavy armor and not regular armor. I mean, basically we're on I'm a crazy person mode, but honestly we walk through this mode.
Yeah, all 3 of us have builds that
yeah.
we don't really have to worry about much.
Like to challenge myself on the hardest available mode that is for all content, not just the legendary mode that is only available for strongholds. But heroic is the highest you can go outside of strongholds and summit. To challenge myself in that difficulty, I run new builds. I make new concepts and I try to make them work. And this one is basically a middle of the road character that can run support through some heals and some CC, but I have really amped damage through pulsing targets. Also, I have the Memento backpack because you can't make a build without the Memento backpack anymore. All
Hey,
right,
Steven.
yes.
So you know the TKB glitch? It's the same thing. With the reload.
521 days. 521.
That long they can't get a reload right.
They can't do anything. Like these bunch of idiots. Well, see, Courtney, to me, the guns do still feel good, even though things can be bullet spongy. But to me, what makes this game interesting is not the shooting, but it is the overall gameplay has a very good tactical feel to it, to where it is heightened by team communication, but also just the builds that you can make. Because with all of this gear having different talents and different like set bonuses and like this chest piece, for example, this chest piece has perfect spotter, increase total weapon and skill damage by 20% to pulse targets. Okay, cool. This gun, Kingbreaker, amplifies weapon damage by 20% to pulse targets. Cool. Normally I would have to bring Pulse, the skill, to grant that effect, but the underbarrel I've got on Kingbreaker is a laser pointer exclusive to the technician specialization that I'm running that makes to where any enemy that I aim at is pulsed. So while I'm not doing intel for the team, I am upping my damage by 30 to 40% total just by swapping out an underbarrel. And that's just from 3 pieces of gear. Technically 2, because the attachment is attached to the gun that also provides perfect flatline. That's the kind of stuff that makes the game interesting, because if you wanted to, you could totally bypass the everything being a bullet sponge, and you could just be Jeremy and deal 42 million damage to something with 1 bullet. To add context, I deal on a high crit 500k with 1 bullet because I'm running an assault rifle.
I do that per shot with my...
Yeah, Jeremy can whip out his Texas
LMG.
Tough Boy revolver and into planets with it, basically. So
a headshot's like 17 million with it now.
yeah.
Trash people.
Oh, good. So you could forego having extra armor and having skills that are upgraded, so you couldn't do heals or good summons or good status effects or anything. You could forego all of that and just put all of your stats into red cores, which has to do with total weapon damage as well as crits. And yeah, that's Jeremy. You'll shred things.
I'm just all red core.
And you could run high risk and be someone who Jeremy runs all red cores, but he stays in the back because he's got a sniper rifle. That's how you do it. But if you wanted to, you could be an absolute maniac, run all red cores, run SMGs with high crit, or LMGs, whatever, and just, if things aren't looking at you, like if you get the drop on things, then you win. That's just kind of how that goes. But Austin here is demonstrating a Crusader shield. Actually, you're using the Striker shield. So people who don't have a lot of armor could run a shield to get a little bit of extra toughness before the shield goes down so they can get those shots off. There's a lot of variety in how to approach the gameplay, and that's what I love about it, is that I spend more time crafting builds and gear comps than I do playing the game. That's probably not true, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was. All right.
Austin, do you have a commando?
Do I have a what?
A commando? It's a sniper rifle.
It's perfectly naked, right?
Yeah.
It's named
no.
SVD, I think.
One of the legendary. Yeah. I just got it out of my my chest, so I'll give it to you if you want it.
Yeah.
So I did mark rifles as my thing, because I pulled up my aces and eights at that control point earlier.
So to give you an example of some builds, I need to overwrite this one. This is a build that is all about summoning. I can summon a turret and a drone, and my skills are through the roof, so they wreck everything. I don't really even have to do anything. Kingslayer is my build that I'm currently running, which has to do with high single target damage, but also some support.
Yes, not bad.
Just the Tip is my favorite named build.
No, go ahead.
Oh, sweet.
That's why I dropped it.
Hey.
And just the tip is basically all crossbow all the time. So I can use the crossbow for basically an entire fight. Harm Assist is my favorite build. It's a combination turret summoner, group healer, as well as it's kind of a team bard, to where when I shoot enemies, I mark them to grant buffs to the team. There's just a lot. There's a lot to do here. But if you want to be shotgun brain, like Vortex says, he feels like this game is too big brain for him. But if you want to be the guy that just says, give me the shotgun, give me the red cores, and send me to war, you can totally do that. And the game is fun. But there's just that extra bit of complexity for people like myself who enjoy theory crafting.
And the
Now
balance.
there's my Foundry Bulwark build, where I'm just a giant bullet sponge.
Austin
Yeah.
literally eats
There's that
bullets
one.
and gains sustenance from the bullets. He gets
It's
nutrients.
also, it's also nice to try to find the balance between skills, armor, and the red cores,
Yeah, it's
where you have enough health to last in a fight,
Mhm.
but you also have enough damage.
Yeah, I think that's one of the best additions to the game as a whole. Like, I know a lot of people didn't like the addition of the core system, but I think it's fantastic. I think it's a very
I love it.
I like the
Yeah.
core system.
So, for example, Courtney, you have 6 gear pieces: mask, chest piece, holster, knee pads, gloves, backpack. You can have 1 exotic gear piece equipped, 1 exotic weapon equipped at a time. Each of these pieces, that symbol to the far left, like that red next to the 2 yellow dots, that big symbol to the left, or the red in this case, is a core attribute. Each of your gear pieces has 1 core attribute, and you can't exceed 6 core attributes unless if you do certain things, which I am definitely doing on this build more than I should. So red cores, when maxed, give you plus 15% weapon damage. So red cores are your offensive roll generally. If you want to do gun damage, you run red cores. Blue cores give you armor. Armor is the health bar, basically. Like it's your overshield, but your health. Gosh, what's
Steven, do you have an Imperial Dynasty?
I believe I do, but you can have it if you want it.
Oh, I have it. I just got that out of the exotic chest and I already
Gotcha.
have one.
Do you have a BTSU data glove? Never mind. I was gonna.
That
show you
has
if I
status
did.
effect damage on it, so I'm taking it.
But gosh, what was I saying? Oh yeah, cores. So armor is health essentially. Once your armor's gone, most things can kill you in 1 hit.
I don't think I have BTSU gloves.
I can't share them. I got them earlier and I forgot to tell you.
Son of a...
I
just say
know.
that.
I know. I'm the worst.
Yeah, I don't have them yet.
That's odd.
Yeah, that's very strange.
Yeah.
I don't have something.
How does it feel to be human like the rest of us?
I don't like it.
Cold.
Yeah.
So, oh, that wasn't worth it at all. Jeez. And then the yellow cores give you what is called skill tier. Each skill to the right, you can see, has a skill tier. So the higher skill tier, the better the skill is. For example, this is the healing chem launcher, which is probably the best healing skill in the game, just because it's so versatile. For each skill tier, you get an additional chem pod, which is a charge of the skill. The radius of your pods is increased, and the healing attribute is increased. So, a summoner, the one that uses drone turret, which is pretty meta. The high skill tier means better drone, better turret. But every bit of skill tier you put into your character is less weapon damage and less armor. So not only can you change the physical equipment and weaponry, but you can also mess with the stats on them as well. Yes, you can reroll stuff. So for example, gosh, we're getting a deep dive on Division here. Let me know when you guys are ready to do a countdown, and then I can throw us in. So
Yeah, I'm ready.
Cool.
I'm good whenever.
Okay, I'll do this walkthrough, and then we can get going. Future Initiative is my second favorite set. As you can see on the right, sets are for every subsequent piece of that set you have equipped, you get bonuses.
Ooh,
Future Initiative is all about support, especially repair or healing. It makes it to where whenever I heal somebody, I send out to everyone within 5 meters, including myself, 60% of that repair amount. But also everyone that is at full armor gets a 15% total weapon and skill damage buff. So I'm buffing damage, but also doing more heals. But the challenge is that you can only re-roll one attribute per piece of gear. So Future Initiative, and this is how it is with all sets, they always roll with a specific core. In the case of Future Initiative, because it's a heal set, it rolls with skill tier. But this build, I wanted to make more of a damage-focused build to where I can be active in a firefight. So I wanted to have some red cores on. So I had to hope that the Future Initiative pieces that I found had a minor attribute that I wanted so that I wouldn't have to worry about re-rolling it and I could re-roll the core instead. Yeah, Courtney, there's a lot of stat re-roll in this. I'm telling you, this game, it has probably, in my opinion, I don't feel bad about saying this. As far as looter shooters go, it has the most satisfying loot system because there's so much variety and because there's a lot of re-roll involved.
I agree.
Yeah. Like Destiny, the loot game is fun if you're a collector. That's the catch. If your thing is, I want to collect interesting looking guns or I just want to find all the stuff, Destiny's more your style because this game is more, sticking to realism in terms of design. But if you're looking for like a loot game where you feel challenged to come up with new solutions for problems, this game has Destiny beaten every which way. But, it's two different things. But my thing, I could not care less about collecting. I'm the kind of person that if I get an exotic that I know I'm never going to use, I'll scrap it just so I have the exotic component. Where is the countdown menu? Okay, come over here. I'll show you guys how to start a countdown. It's maddening, Courtney. This series has so much freaking potential. And I know I joke a lot about Destiny ruined gaming. I don't think Destiny ruined gaming, but I think Destiny came out at a time which was a turn.
You can just do it from the map, right?
How?
It's on the top right.
Oh, yeah.
And then hit triangle.
Thank you.
Create countdown.
Oh,
Yeah, create it,
Just
start matchmaking, and then everyone, when you get the invite to the group, we're going to do a matchmaking because we need to. Just make sure to hold down up on the D-pad, otherwise you'll get left behind. But yeah, Destiny did not ruin gaming, but Destiny changed everything. And I think, and in doing very, very light research in my retrospective that I'm working on, because I don't want the retrospective to be, this is what happened. Because that's, people can go and look up all that stuff anyway, and I don't want to sway my perspective with, this sounds horribly dangerous. I don't want to sway my opinion with too much fact. Because to me, the idea of what could have happened is interesting, and I don't think that if I was to look up official stuff, I don't think I could ever find someone officially saying that Destiny releasing changed the trajectory of what the Division was supposed to be. But I but I do think that happened. Where Division was going to be more focused on survival and being not a linear experience, but an experience that isn't too concerned about getting you to play every single week. And then Destiny came out and everybody realized, holy crap, this is the future. And then Ubisoft tried to shape the Division into becoming Destiny. And that's kind of what happened with the Division, is that Ubisoft tried to copy somebody else and force a formula onto an IP that didn't work with that formula, and here we are. Did you queue us up yet?
No, I figured you were doing it. But...
I can't. You're group leader.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't clarify.
as Destiny 2 player, I can confirm that is true.
Which game would you say is better, from your perspective? And I'm not saying hey, crap on Destiny, or which game do you?
In all honesty,
Yeah, which game do you feel a more gratifying gameplay experience from? You won't hurt my feelings if the answer's yes. I'm just curious. Everyone except
build making gun wise, Division 2, but with content, rapid,
like
probably
just
Destiny
the live service elements. Like there's
Yeah,
just more to come back for.
Yeah, so Division 2.
Yeah.
Probably in between, because although with Destiny 2, if you miss like part of a season or like at least a month, you're already behind.
Yeah.
With like the story and stuff.
That's so true. There's a huge amount of FOMO in Destiny.
If you miss a season, you're way behind because you have to get your light level up just to match everyone.
Right. And that's not even counting the paywall FOMO.
Yeah.
Because it's not just I need to play. Well, that's not true because they don't lock the light level and the progression, right? They just lock a lot of the content.
Yeah, because seasonal playlists and all that's that stuff locked with
Jeremy,
these requests.
you have to activate the session. So they're waiting on you. That guy just sighed very deeply, so I think he's getting aggravated. Which, by the way, everyone make sure your mics are muted.
Yeah, I don't even have mine plugged in.
Yeah, Courtney, if you look up, here's your homework. Now that you've gotten into DMC, I'm gonna give you something as like a side dish, right? Go look up all 3 E3 trailers for the Division. Start with E3 2013, and end with, well, I guess just go chronological. But the last one you should watch should be from, I think it was 2015, coined "Tragedy is Invisible." That trailer will shake you, like no joke. That is my favorite video game trailer of all time. It like chills. Even thinking about it, I have chills on my arm right now. No joke. But yeah, look up that stuff, and you'll definitely see from the first trailer that there was a lot more going on with this game, where it seemed like it was going to be more focused on like
Last thing we need is a radioactive green poison.
expeditions and like a little bit of survival elements, I guess.
We need to shut
Yeah,
down
2013,
the
2014,
transformers
2015.
and restore the
2014
power
should be the
grid.
Dark Zone one where everyone kills each other. All right. We're going to be a good team this time, and we're actually going to follow objective. By the way, set your targeted loot.
Communication relay offline.
Done.
I'm just following the quest marker because that's all I know to do.
same.
Yeah, another thing with Destiny and its power level is that they kind of change it to where they get to like the soft cap to like, hey, this is probably like the medium or like good spot to be at is like powerful gear you have to collect. But if you want to go higher than that, you have to collect pinnacles, which they made easier to get and all that.
Yeah.
So from raids, from
By the way,
special
Jeremy, don't run deployables because hunters will hack them and they will wreck you. There are a lot of hunters here.
The only deployable I have is the
System reactivated.
Okay, cool.
System disrupted.
yeah, they've made like the strikes. If you match your subclass with the element singe, will burn. It'll give you a pinnacle after 3 of them. If you go play PvP, you'll get a pinnacle. If you go play Gambit, you'll get a pinnacle.
Curtailed.
They just made it much easier to get it, which is pretty cool.
To me, there is a difference, though, between having a lot of content and options to play and being forced to play literally all of the content. I
Yeah.
do not like the latter. I hate it when a game basically tells me, hey, to get this thing that is not PvP content, you need to do PvP content.
Yeah, and that's where I talk about the Grandmaster Nightfalls and the seasonal challenges.
Watch
To
my
complete, because when you complete every single seasonal challenge, you get a large amount of bright dust, which you can buy cosmetics with, and all that, which are pretty cool. But to complete all of them this season, you have to go complete a Grandmaster Nightfall,
Serious trouble.
which only unlocks in the last few months of the season, and you have to be at least like hard cap. So 1550 is the medium cap or soft cap. 1575 you have to reach with like power bonus and pinnacles, and pinnacles only raise depending on what all you have by one level.
Yeah.
Well, all my gear is currently 15, 57, 58, and like 60 on that.
Yeah.
With a bonus of like 17 from my thing, so I'm just barely there.
Yeah.
And even then, it's recommended power level 1600 because it's Grandmaster, obviously. So the lowest you can be is 1575, and that's it. If you have anything even 1% one lower, you can't get in.
Ow.
Yeah, Courtney, the 2015 story trailer, that I believe is the Tragedy is Invisible trailer. It's the only one that's like a full cinematic trailer and not any proof of concept gameplay or anything like that attached to it. Jeremy, I'm gonna change my targeted to sniper rifles because I want to get you Dread Edict.
Oh, right, yeah, that's how that stuff works.
What'd you say, Jeremy?
Swap to marksman rifles too.
Agent, you should be
Yeah.
able to access the turbine now.
Oh, I think we just unlocked the main objective. We're making great time. Normally, we don't get this far until 7 minutes left. But anyway, the story of the Division, and honestly, to me, it almost seems like the Division was...
Hunter.
Yep. 2 of them. It was the series that broke Ubisoft. I think when it had a poor launch and not a lot of return on investment, and I mean, you could say this about any franchise, because a lot of franchises really kind of broke Ubisoft. But Division, like timeline-wise, felt like around the time, like it was the last great Ubisoft IP, especially like new Ubisoft IP.
10 minutes to log out. Evacuate the facility.
Chase the Hunter. I don't care if we're being bad teammates right now.
System disrupted.
So the Hunter might not be immune to Scorpio. Yeah, he's... What the heck? So earlier, I just...
Yeah, you hit him with a poisonous Saurian. Oh.
Good job.
God, I love Nemesis.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Functioning.
Ubisoft used to be great, and they
Agent,
used
you've
to...
reached the turbine.
They used to
I
do
need you
such
fix the power
amazing
grid.
things with the Tom
Left
Clancy...
side.
Isn't
Yeah,
that another Hunter?
Another hunter.
Yeah. Hunter's still up.
Down.
I'm down.
You're in.
Stop crawling away
Need to
from me,
switch the
guy,
power
you
over to the
idiot!
grid.
Oh, well.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
I'm good. I'm stimming.
Yep. Thank you. Like, he was standing between the truck and the barricade.
Do you want to go to Hunter, or do you want to...
Take the
Oh,
Hunter.
this is flank.
Guy on our team is flanking him. Yep.
Dude, I'm on my full water
You're
set,
gonna
and
need
this
to
guy
expose the transformers and remove any busted
is
fuses.
turning.
Oh, come on!
What the hell was that? I think the floor is electrified. Watch your step, Agent.
More Hunters.
Let's get to the objective. We wasted enough time out here.
System curtailed. Vital
That
signs
seems full of
critical.
cussing us out anyway.
Yep. We need to go.
Agent needs assistance. System reactivated.
Yep. Damn. Stuck on a wall. They'll respawn, right?
Frick.
Can we get that other guy?
No, we didn't. Trying to get him to crawl over here. Yeah, he sees me.
Are you guys still outside? Oh, you guys still outside.
Gosh, I love how
Yeah.
Hunter EMPs bypass EMP immunity. Sorry. All right.
System back online. Immediate medical assistance needed.
I'm pushing him.
Yep. Jeremy, go to the objective. I'll push with Austin. We're right behind you.
God damn it, I hate guns. I had full stacks of headshot.
Jeez. So how's everybody doing?
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
This is okay. Somebody, yeah, one of the guys on our team is about to. Okay, we're good.
We're
The other
moving
team's
in
finally
now.
at the other objective too.
We should be converged on the same objective at this point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
They're over here too.
Gotcha.
Ow.
Almost there.
Detected.
Going up top.
We're here.
I am so glad that I ran this build.
That's fine, guy.
This is my,
It's fine. Let me waste. Oh gosh, the floor.
What happened?
It's electrified.
Oh,
Where's the objective? I see it. Move to the objective. Watch the floor. Might be. Yeah, it's charging up again. Get off the floor.
Yeah, I'm up top. Get off the floor.
Yep. Oh, just barely. Gotta remove the broken fuses.
Yeah, so while you guys have those guys busy, I'm gonna try to.
Yep.
Oh no, no, no. I guess.
Woo!
hey, I got a grenade. Nice.
That is not where I wanted that decoy to go, but okay. 5 minutes. Where are the broken fuses?
That should
I
be
got
3.
one of 'em.
No, that's 2.
I'm gonna hang out up here just in case an objective brings us up
Evacuate
here.
facility. 5 minutes to lockdown.
Come on, guys, stand still. Gosh, these people don't know how
Got
to.
another one.
Last one.
There's a named over here.
Yep. I got spawns on me.
Sacrificed.
Ah, it's still up.
That is why Scorpio is broken, ladies.
We need to get that last one. Oh, we did. Okay. Thing.
Rick.
Oh, damn! Come on.
Even standing up on the small boxes here helps.
So it's literally just don't be on the floor.
Yeah.
Got it. Austin, I got a heal. Come your way. Stand still.
Okay.
Switch over to the new grid. This may take
All right,
a
I'm
while.
headed back over to the. Jeremy, you may want to come over with me to the objective. It's in the control room. I'm gonna need some help.
Drop fort.
I'm headed your way.
Okay. It's clear right now, but I assume that we're gonna get spawns and we're gonna have to hold off. Yep, restoring power. 3
Or is it
minutes.
change speed up? Oh, it changes speed. How many people are up here?
Good. How do you like that heal?
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Oh, cool. Jump up there.
Boom. Boom, you get a heal. That dude does not want to be healed. He hates heals. He hates living. Later, Courtney. Thanks for tuning in.
Power grid stable.
Alright, we gotta secure the area, so clear them out. And then I think that's it. Then we have to extract. But the extraction's a separate timer. Here we go. Wait, no. Wait, was that it? Yep. Okay.
Check them off.
Jeremy, in that room, there should be a chest.
When you're ready,
In the big
send
room
up a
here?
flare
Yeah,
towards
in the
Where you
control
guys
room.
are.
Yeah, I thought there was. Maybe it's on the other side. I guess it is on the other side. Okay. Let's just get out of here then. I do see a named item though.
Yeah, I got some loot in the middle of the floor here. I gotta check.
So this part can get pretty crazy. Because we're heading to the extraction point, but they're just throwing everything at us. So there's going to be
Including
hunters,
hunters.
there's going to be a lot of enemies. It's fish in a barrel parts.
And then we get to the end, which is basically just fish in a barrel.
Yeah, they just literally send themselves out to die. But the actual push gets pretty crazy.
Alright.
What's
Oh,
that?
damn, you guys are
What's that
safe.
vine? It's of that white kid. He's like, my friends and I have this dance that we like called the Nene, and when we hit it, it gets pretty crazy. You guys know that one?
Yeah.
System curtailed.
I am the
Chungus.
sniper and I'm below.
Hostiles detected.
Where are you?
I'm the last one coming out of the
And
building.
we have a medic, tank, hunter.
We got it all.
Yeah.
Damn it, we got it. Possibly duplicates.
Activated.
Thank God, we can't even leave.
Rogue steamer hive detected. Rogue striker drone detected.
2 minutes.
Oh my god, I can't do
I did see a hunter at play, so watch out.
Yep.
Left
Yeah,
side,
he's
left
right in
side.
front, right
No,
here.
going right. Austin, can you take out those drones?
Where?
There's this charger sending explosive drones at us. Just keep an eye out for him if you can push.
Yep. There's another hunter. Oh, he's almost dead though. That's it. And he's
Nope,
he's
kill him.
We need to push. Push and hook right.
System curtailed. Agent down.
Good. Good.
oh, that's a hunter.
Hunter straight ahead. 1 minute. If we do not call for extraction within that time, we don't extract, which, again, don't really know what the downside is, but we don't extract, so.
There's 2 hunters. 3 hunters?
2 hunters on wait, no. Yeah, 2 hunters on extraction.
Fixer drone detected.
Dude, this one's dead. Okay,
3
thank
hunters
God.
on extraction. Help.
Awesome. Can you pick that
Yeah.
guy up over there?
Someone's got to get in there.
God, I'm
When you're
so
ready to
glad I
come
brought
home,
foam.
Shoot off a flare.
I'm calling it so that we have it.
We see you. Helo
Good call.
inbound
Good
on your
job.
location.
I'm gonna go down. Oh, by
Yeah.
the way, if you are killed,
Agent
which
down.
I might be here in a second, then you don't respawn.
Serious trauma.
So this is
detected.
basically Titanfall 2 when you've lost a match and you're trying to get out.
Helicopter's almost here.
Push in.
Let's get you home.
I'm just running in.
Yep.
Just trying to get over here.
Hunters are almost dead.
Hunters. Hunter on the right's dead.
Vital signs critical.
Let's just get in the corner.
System
Agent down. Neutralize that hunter.
location.
Thank you, Austin.
If Hunter's dead, it's much easier.
Help, help, help.
I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it.
Sorry.
Yep. Get that guy. Don't run behind us.
Yeah, you're in the front.
Two shield.
Sorry.
Alright, extract, go. Go. 3 seconds.
There we go.
That's countdown.
If it wasn't for you, we would.
Oh, and if you get the glitch that I'm currently getting right now, where the loading screen freaks out, just hold down circle. That fixes it.
Yeah, I did the same thing again.
Yep.
So I just did it.
It does that to me more often than it doesn't.
I picked up like every single thing that dropped.
Good.
It was all snipers.
So the way proficiency works, Jeremy, if there is a brand or a weapon that you really like, you can donate it to the table to get proficiency for it. It's probably not worth it because you just get it naturally. So I would say if there's stuff that you know you'll never use, I would donate that to the expertise table.
Want to know what they should have?
What?
They should have like a lost loot like system,
Yeah.
and like you can prioritize what all you want, like picked up, that you forgot.
I agree. I think Technician's the better choice for this build. I love the Mending Seeker, and I like how autonomous it is, but the heals just don't cut it. Makes more sense to use Chem Launcher.
Okay, let's see what I got.
But yeah, I would say get stuff that you know you won't use. Put that in the expertise table because that way you'll still get experience for it without having to use it. Also, don't donate in bulk right now. It's bugged to where you don't get as much for donating in bulk.
We're back.
The person is. I wonder if they've upgraded or changed this to where it works. Holy crap. Hey, come to the firing range. When you get a sec.
Yeah, I'll be down there in a second.
Mm-hmm.
The Virginia. Heartbreaker. Oh, that's the new.
Yeah, Heartbreaker. It very much feels like an LMG set. Like it and Blue Screen are the pair, like the match made in heaven. Because it's like keep firing. You get bonus armor for hitting people in the head, like all that stuff. It's ridiculous.
I'm in the firing range.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, our group disbanded because we were in a raid.
Oh, that's right.
I'm joining you. So correct me if I'm wrong, but the Artificer did not work on the Chem Launcher, right?
I don't think so.
Does now,
Nice.
I think. Go ahead and damage yourself. I'm gonna do one of those. Yeah, damage yourself. Remove all armor. Okay. Okay, so can you switch real quick to a build that has more armor? Just because I'm trying to see if the value changes.
It's not a great question to ask me, Steven.
Yeah.
This is my build with the highest. Oh, cool! I made combat. Okay. This is the most armor I have.
Okay. So I'm gonna.
Full armor.
So the crazy thing about that, this is definitely new. Because watch. I'm dropping a pod. Instantly buffed. The arty just goes straight to my hand. So like, I don't even have to pull the chem launcher out to get buffed.
I'm back.
That is huge. All right, so now we're gonna play a little game. Austin, the Artificer Hive now works on chem launcher, and you don't even have to equip it. It buffs when you drop the pods.
Seriously?
Mm-hmm. That is insane. That changes a lot of things. I think this just became an even better medic.
Should I rock aces the next round or stay with Texas Tough Boy?
Let's go red.
Either way.
Huh.
Let's do Tough Boy. You were in combat. I'm in the fucking firing range. There's.
Green designated Hitler. Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
I got a
Agent
all
Chortle
max
Fam
new
has
reliable.
joined your team.
Nice. So designated Hitler, unfortunately. I know it's designated Hitler, but it just makes me laugh. Does not have the mod slot I need to put the technician laser on it. So that's doo-doo. So instead I'm going to use the M1A. Yeah, the SOCOM. There it is.
Steven.
Yes. What is happening? Why are you holding nothing? Jeremy, what are you doing? Jeremy, stop. You're scaring me. Austin?
Yes.
Jeremy
I'm
shoots
holding,
mine bullets now.
I
I'm
don't know
holding
about you.
Diamondback on my screen.
Yeah, he's holding Diamondback.
Go watch the stream then. It's hilarious. It looked like you were holding like nothing. Like your hands are up and it looks like you're just concentrating really hard and just targets are falling over. I don't even see damage ticks.
I'm hitting for like 17 million.
Jeez. Okay, so I'm going to play with these other skills and see what gets the benefit of the arty. Actually, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Equip a high skill tier build for me, please. You can help me with these tests.
Okay.
Because I can't really test things without it auto buffing it, so I can't see the floor.
Skill tier, it's probably gonna be my Eclipse Protocol. Yeah. EP, baby. Get out of combat. Alright, this is my high skill tier.
Okay. Equip. We'll do all the chem launchers in order from left to right. And I want you to go over to
the fire one.
Okay, go over to the AoE, and I want you to measure burn ticks as well as the actual AoE cloud. So kind of have in your head where it lands.
Okay.
And then go.
Hey, Steven, does this interest you? Over here?
Hold on.
Closer?
Game just crashed. So no, I'm not interested in that chess piece that crashes my game.
Oops.
Actually, I've already got that. That's what I've got equipped on this build.
Oh, okay.
Jeremy, test that and then just keep track of.
Okay. So
But-
84 and 365.
What is that respectively?
The
Initial
like Texas
blast.
fire.
There were 2 numbers.
No, I didn't do initial bags. Yeah, it was just I get an additional
Start.
Oh, for Vile?
for yeah.
Okay. So which one do you think was the chem launcher?
Oh, 365.
Okay. That was 365 per second?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, bro.
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, bud.
All right. So, do you remember pretty accurately where the cloud was, like
Oh yeah.
radius?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Coming back.
Agent, Pilot Torres is cleared for transport at Kenley College.
Entering safe area.
Private Torres really wants to go to Kenley College. Okay. So now I want you to wait till the arty cloud hits you. The trick in this firing range is figuring out where the arty cloud will actually hit you, because it's very fickle. Move around a little bit. Did it hit you?
No.
Okay. That is such a long burn. That's ridiculous.
And that's yeah, and that was the 84 and 356.
Pull it up.
Hold on. I got 5 seconds on that.
Okay. How many pods do you have for that?
Just one.
Huh?
Yeah, just one.
Hold on.
For the sticky?
Oh, so that was the sticky, not the chem launcher.
Yeah. You want the chem launcher?
Yeah.
Okay.
That makes so much more sense.
Alright, fire starter. Here you go.
Yeah, so I guess the sticky is still not viable with the... Okay. Okay, wait. Wait for the buff to go away, and then do your control test.
Alright.
Alright?
The buff's gone.
Yep.
Hold on.
You gotta be kidding me.
Oh, okay.
Did it change drastically?
Yeah.
Jeremy, the hive's on my back. I didn't...
Wait,
It buffed from
Wait,
my
what?
back. It's buffing you from my back right now.
I didn't get the buff.
And there it is.
Yeah, I just got it. Watch this.
Jeez. Okay, I'm gonna walk all the way over here. Tell me...
397.
And what was the sticky?
356.
Okay, and that was unbuffed. So go ahead and do that unbuffed, and tell me what the cloud radius difference is and what the damage is.
This one's... Oh, okay, well, I kill everything in the room because it
Yeah.
spreads.
Austin, this is a
It looked like it
game
was 397.
changer. Interesting.
I can definitely tell a difference in the cloud size, though.
That might be enough.
Hold
Alright.
on. Go ahead and buff me.
Alright, hold on. Here it comes.
It's about the same size. Oh, no, it's a little bit bigger.
Okay. Okay. Let's try... But the damage tick is the same?
It looks like there's an additional tick on it.
Huh. Is the cloud lasting long? Well, I guess that doesn't matter because the cloud explodes. So,
Yeah.
maybe oxidizer is the one we need to check for that then. Does the burn last any longer? Can you tell?
Not much longer now.
Okay. Go ahead and switch to Oxidizer, and we'll run the same test. Sorry if this is boring, but this is
Okay.
mind blowing for me. This opens up a whole new world of possibilities. Austin, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
So to catch you up on what's happening, not only does the chem launcher accept already charges now, it buffs my team from my back like it does with like the shield. So I don't know if it's intended or not, but you know the artificer can buff my stuff from my back, but apparently held skills it can buff the team's skills from my back.
It's not letting me swap to Oxidizer.
Is because
That's insane.
yeah, because like switch to the okay. See, yeah, you just shot an Oxidizer and I just buffed you from my back.
Yeah, it's not letting me swap.
Is because cooldown is
There it is.
still
Yeah.
okay.
No, I even went out in the hallway and it wouldn't let me
Okay,
swap. When
Austin, switch
Alright.
to Sticky Bomb. Or not
I
Sticky
got
Bomb.
Oxidizer.
Okay, wait, don't fire it yet. Wait for the buff to go away. Austin, come over here, switch to Seeker Mine, go from Explosive, and then just hold the explosive in your hand.
Okay.
Like, don't throw it, just hold it in your hand. I'm curious.
Oh, you said Seeker or Explosive?
Seeker Mine. Just start from the left and we'll do all of them.
Okay, I
99.
don't have enough. I have cluster, that's it.
Okay, the cluster's fine. What'd you say, Jeremy?
99
Okay.
is my damage on Oxidizer.
Okay. Let me try placing and see if that changes things. Walk around a little bit. Okay, come back in. Okay, throw it. Seeker.
Still 99.
Seeker is not susceptible. Did you get buffed?
No.
Okay, Jeremy, here comes the buff. Yes, so Seeker still does not appear to take the buff, which is strange.
132.
That's significant.
Yeah, it's 40k.
What about the cloud and the duration?
They seem to be about the same.
Okay. I guess let's try Riot Foam as well. And that'll be the last one for Chem Launcher. Austin, while Jeremy's setting that up, Firefly. Hold a Firefly in hand.
Okay.
This is like the scene in The Thing where they're trying to figure out whose blood is the Thing's blood. And it's just come with this archaic method of... Okay. It's not appear to... Hold on. Let me throw it... Nothing. Oh!
Oh,
It tried. It tried.
I think it's because it flew way too fast.
Yep. Which is why it should not work that way. Okay. Jeremy, let me know when you're ready. Austin, hold the trap for me. All right, Jeremy, you'll test ensnare. Are you doing a general count of the... Actually, you know, I just realized something.
What?
Jeremy, once you've done that test, if you can't tell the difference, just open up the skill menu and see if it changes from when you're buffed to
It's about 3 seconds longer.
Awesome. Okay.
So I'm betting the other things were, but it's just not a big enough time
yeah.
difference that
It's just a little bit, just enough
Yeah.
to. All right. Open up the menu for ensnare or for whatever, and I'm going to tell me if any of the values change between when you open it and when I walk up. Austin, do you have the shock trap out?
Yep.
Okay, hold it in hand. Is it the repair trap?
Yeah.
That'd work. Just never seen anyone actually hold the repair trap before.
Go ahead.
Oh, wait, hold on. Anything? Okay, trap does not work. Okay, Jeremy, coming up to you. Oh, sorry. Put the chem launcher in your hand so I can actually buff you. And then go. Can you do that?
I think I put it away. Yeah.
That's stupid.
Do.
I don't think there's a way to get around that. Okay.
Well, here, let me do the count on this one then.
Okay.
Burning, 1001, 1002.
Okay, Austin. Let's try decoy, I guess.
Okay.
Okay. Got the baseline. All right, everybody's bleeding now.
Okay, hold decoy in hand.
Yep.
Now that is surprising to me. That it doesn't work on even a deployed decoy.
All right, whenever you're ready.
Okay. Hold on. All right.
What about...
Wait,
Is
whoa.
your artificer rival?
Hold on, we're testing.
Yeah, 2 seconds.
I mean, that's significant. Switch to all the different stickies and see if any of them work. Because it'd be great if it worked with the sticky, but I don't think it will. All right, Austin, what were you trying?
Throw your artificer rival? I wanna...
I'm going to throw it over there to see if...
All right, I'm gonna get baseline.
Nothing. All right, hold on. Give me a sec. Waiting for some charges to come back. Okay.
Those guys. Restart this.
Doesn't appear to work.
I'm gonna get a baseline.
Yep. That's not going to buff the sticky.
Stage 5 is the final thing for field research, right?
I don't remember.
Okay.
It's not even setting these things on fire.
Huh.
Oh, that's the explosive. I'm a fucking idiot.
I have a burn on.
Okay. Maybe we need to try that outside, because maybe for whatever reason it's just not one to buff them. Austin, equip your shield. I just want to make sure that's still a thing.
Okay. It
1010.
is going. Here we go.
And here it is. You know what's crazy about that, Austin?
What?
That's going to heal your shield.
Oh.
Every 10 seconds.
Okay, that's broken. That's
Yep.
very broken.
Yep. All right. Let's go do something if you're still good to keep going.
Do you want to test it one more time?
I figure if we're going to get it to work with the sticky, we should at least go outside so the roof isn't an issue. But because I can't get them to buff the sticky at all. Like, it's just not going. Unless, like, are you seeing a buff anywhere?
No.
Yeah. Let's head outside. See what happens. I figure we can probably finish the Castillo and then call it.
That sounds good. Yeah, I got work tomorrow, so.
Yeah, same.
What else do we have?
Did we do the propaganda broadcast?
So I'm going to fast travel to DCD.
Yep. Yeah, when we get down there, just bring up the sticky. See if it works. If not, oh well. At least we have the chem launcher and the shield, which is pretty dang cool. Personally,
Also
I think the arty should target the agent. That just makes more sense to me. That would make it so good. Except for deployables, like with health bars, then it would target the deployable. But what do I know? I just play this game way too freaking much. All right, I'm gonna go let Flynn in. Ready to keep going?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, did not mean to do that. All right. Pull up the sticky. That's so disappointing.
Put the blender on to see if that works now.
Oh yeah. Jeremy, watch this. This is so dumb. Okay. Bring it up. Okay.
Probably because we don't have a target.
Yeah. All right. We think it actually tries to buff the Firefly, but only when it's been thrown, so it can't. But yeah, Austin.
There's a guy to our right here.
Yep. Oh, I see what you're saying. Sorry, instincts. Actually.
An agent has disconnected.
Oh.
Agent down.
I mean, still, that is very big. Hold on. Okay. There may be a way to check the chem launcher stats. Okay, now repair is... Give me just a sec and then we can move on. Oh.
Toss it next to that guy.
He dodged the harmless little upgrade hive, but he took the sticky. Alright. So that's buffed now. Okay. So there seems to be no way to check the buff one stats. It does not appear to change stats, but that's fine. Alright, let's go. I mean, this basically means that there's a new best way to run a medic. That's crazy. Guy just played dead. Also, I'm an idiot because there's a very easy way to check the healing change, and that is just don't have the already equipped for the control and then equip it to the variable. I was overcomplicating that thought. You good?
Trying to swap. Wanted to swap to aces and eights.
Yep. Oh, remember to turn in that exotic weekly if you get the food.
I did.
Oh, what'd you get? Oh, that's right. You got Imperial Dynasty, didn't you?
Yeah.
My wife went to the hospital.
Got you. You know what skill tier this build is?
Nope.
3.
Wow.
Yeah.
My name is named Malcolm Castillo. Senior engineer and your son's major. My wife,
That's a nice touch. They actually made Castillo the propaganda.
our daughter died at the hands of the government allowed it to happen. Their vision just made things worse. With their negligence, I would be teaching my daughter to crawl right now.
Here's the real question, though. You ready for the real question, Jeremy?
My wife smiled.
How many days before they change it back to where this does not work?
There's no reason that this should have happened.
520.
I give it a week. I found a new build wrench that I'm excited about, so they're going to
Progress halted.
those PvP whiners are going to be like,
Override required.
it makes the fire starter too good.
Progress resumed.
I don't even know if it is
An
significant.
agent is no longer
I feel like it
in
might be
your
significant in
group.
PvP, but I don't know. I just want them all to go away. You know?
I feel you. And you found something viable, so it's gotta be.
It's really cool. Because I've always been fascinated with the arty and the idea of a skill that basically says, hey,
An agent needs assistance.
like basically toys with the idea of being a high skill to your player, but just having like one super skill. That's really cool.
I gotta find one.
Yeah. And so this basically is like, hey, be a super medic that has high uptime for clouds and insta heals everyone basically to full, but only go skill tier 3. And 2 of those skill tiers are medic, or not medic, memento and technician. So I'm technically skill tier 2, and if you don't count memento, I've only got 1 piece with dedicated skill tier 1, and I'm running a healer. I've got 4 red cores.
Damn.
Yeah.
Fight for the community. But if you're up for the challenge, come and join us.
All right. So bounty and then bounty.
I am going to swap to the Reviver Hive
Okay.
and keep the Secret Mines.
Campus could use an extra hand.
Do me a favor, and which seeker mine do you have?
The cluster.
Okay. Can we try the seekers real quick? What's the cooldown for those?
You'll always have food, friends, and a roof over your head.
Try it again.
Cooldown is 43 seconds.
Oof.
Fear is our most primitive, natural emotion.
I have no yellow cores though.
Punished for feeling afraid.
I guess drop it on the ground, and then while we're on the way to the bounty, we can try another one.
Come to the campus, we'll help you.
Okay. Here's the question, though. Let me know when the buff goes away.
It's gone.
You may not think this city is worth
Oh.
it, but there are a lot of people out there that do.
So that does not buff off the back.
If you're ready to help us, the campus could use
But like, if you use Seeker, you could tell me, hey, I'm about to launch it. I drop, it buffs. Carnage.
Alright, bounties. It's why can't I? Oh, there it is.
Perhaps one day we'll learn to appreciate them.
Alright. Wait, this way. Okay.
Feeling alright?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
How you doing?
You're close to
Okay.
the target.
It's just been a rough day.
Doggo. Don't run from us, doggo. We're friends. Have you ever followed a dog?
No. Oh, there's food. Oh, wait, you already have the food. I keep forgetting that. Gosh, still finding useful stuff on the street 3 years later. I think we would have picked everything clean.
I'm gonna be here for a while.
Ooh,
Hold on, let my
yep. I'm trying to find cover. Oh, come on. If you're gonna do Seeker, go ahead and drop it.
Push them back!
throw it.
Oh, you threw it?
Rogue agent detected.
Whoa, what?
Yeah, this is the bounty.
But it's a rogue agent.
Supply drop.
Wait, is this Castillo? You should have to do a bounty and then unlock Castillo, and Castillo happens in DCD. So I think this might just be a random rogue encounter. He's probably eating a cup of noodles in one of the apartments next to us. Just like chilling. Wanting no part of this war.
Maybe inside the basement over here.
Yeah. With you.
Not that. Got a purple.
Detecting additional hostile contacts. Hostiles providing a supply drop. Incoming hostiles detected.
From the flank!
Ow.
Well!
I hear you. Deploying a grenade. Who's down? Answer me.
Gotta fix that turret.
You like that angle?
I got to see. They're moving on the flank!
Pull out of there.
Hostiles causing a supply drop.
No! We want to... Damn it! Hostile engaged!
Where'd Vortex go? We're still streaming.
God, I forget how fun this build is.
It's aces.
Yeah. 28 million with Nemesis.
Let me see when Dread Edict is in the season. 55. Okay. It's not too bad. So I'm 19 away. think this is the wrong way, because this... Remember, this bounty, we always went in the wrong way first. So I think it's this elevator over here. Oh, did I get to tell you about that VR game that I got?
Yeah, the mech game.
Did you look at the trailer?
Yeah.
Oh, man. It's so good. Like, you literally have 3, like, joysticks that you actually have to grab with your hands to control. You can shut down your mech manually to hide from radar, and there's a perk you can get where your weapons function still when you have your mech shut down, so your chassis will close up, but you can drop a scope screen down, so you could go hide on a mountain, shut down your mech, and snipe things with the scope. It's so cool.
Artificer.
What?
Artificer. Artificer.
Yep. I just dropped it. Alright, that's good. Let's see, the buff goes away when it... So, like... That's the part I'm confused at. At what point is the damage decided for the Seeker? When it breaks apart or when it
That's the target.
detonates? I don't know.
I don't know, man. Hold on.
Yep.
Oh god.
Target down.
Ow.
Got it.
Vital signs critical.
Look at that. You know what's crazy about that is if I heal you with the cloud and you're standing within 5 meters of me, that heal is 160% rather than just 100 because the future initiative procs.
Yes, laying down.
Got another one. Good
I
job,
love
Agent.
when they resort to laying down.
Castillo, we've
Makes
been having
0
rolling
sense when they
blackouts.
do it.
Everything stable with the grid? Nothing is stable with the grid. Everything is old and failing. That's comforting.
Alright.
Should I be looking for a fallout
So
shelter?
Castillo is next.
Everything is stable with the reactor. The reactor
How
and the
much
grid
time
are
do you
two
have before you
separate
need to get
things.
off?
Trust me, if the
What
reactor
time is it?
failed,
10:30.
no.
Oh,
Oh,
10:30. Oh, yeah, yeah.
You're
Good.
the expert.
Okay.
Your local power
Maybe should
supply
take
has
it.
nothing to
duty
do with
sleep.
our work
Yeah.
here.
It should take like 30 minutes maybe.
Blackouts,
It's a little bit longer
As
than
long as
regular
I'm done
DC.
by
You're
about
gonna
11,
need to
I'm good.
send someone
Yeah,
down
okay,
to the relay stations and
Around
transformers
11.
and see if they need maintenance. And good luck. Start with ex-Public Works employees. Or, I guess, raid the Secretary of the Interior's office for a map of the power stations.
ABCD.
You're funny. I'm serious. Go to City Hall. They should have schematics for all of this stuff. It should also be online. Your precious Isaac should have all that data. You should be an agent. I'm happy being an engineer. I don't need to play sheriff. It's probably squatters. Someone taps into the line, doesn't know what they're doing, and fucks up the whole system. You'll need to check the stations. Then you need to send the exterminators to take care of the rats chewing on the wires. Should be like riding a bike for you, Agent.
Have you seen the new exotic LMG? I'm holding it in my hand. Which,
Nice.
it's just a black stoner, but it also has an integrated... Oh wait, no. Never mind. This one does have irons. This is the most boring looking exotic they've come out with, probably. There's just nothing really unique about it except for a paint job. The talent's great.
Shooting at enemy marks. Deploy a non-shield skill to remove all stacks on agent and all marked to trigger an effect. Pulse, 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 pulse.
You can see it's clearly meant to work with Heartbreaker.
Yeah.
The Disrupt is nice, but the Disorient's really nice.
May not be bad with Eclipse Protocol either.
I was thinking that. That way, you could, in theory... well... I was going to say you wouldn't have to run Disrupt anymore, but it's not the same. It may replace it for some situations, but I don't know if it'd be like a catch-all.
Fog of War?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, is the mission active? Do we need to go back?
Yeah, we're good.
I think we need to restart the
Oh,
mission.
fuck it.
Nah, there's nothing here. Oh, you have to actually accept
Oh,
the
yeah.
bounty.
Yeah, it says completed. Hold on.
Oh, you have to accept the bounty. I forgot you do this differently. So, actually, how did I do this?
It's a bounty.
Okay.
We have to leave the mission area. Hold on.
Yep. Honestly, blue screens, it's kind of a weak stoner. It's only got 100 shots. Whereas standard stoner's got 200. And they just came out with Dare, which is a gun that also has perfect flatline. So... that's weird. Give me just a sec. Okay, proficiencies.
Major Castillo is a desperate man. People like that can be unpredictable. Be careful, Agent.
Oh, crap. Give me just a sec. Sorry, my stoner. Gotta kit it. Really? That sucks. Hush, Flynn.
I'm gonna mark everybody up here anyway.
Yep. Now this version is significantly harder than standard, so if I need to switch it up, I will. I'm ready. Artie's up. I'm gonna hit that group on the right with rockets. You just call it.
Go ahead.
Pushing left. Shoot. Got a heavy gunner in the back right. Got a minigun back mid.
He keeps hitting me every time I press it.
Got
You
you.
do. Yes, please lay down in the open so I can one shot you.
Minigun spot.
What was that?
Nothing. I say
Yeah,
it.
I watched that guy run over.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Gosh, my AK really packed a punch at the end there.
I love Nemesis.
I love how unceremonious it is. Like, from my perspective, it's just like, they're gone. Yeah, like, he's just gone.
I'm hitting for 22 million headshot.
Jeez. That's something I like about this build, is that future initiative, something that I keep forgetting about it, is that if you're max armor, you get a 50% total damage buff, just for me wearing it. So it technically helps with all of our offense as well.
Hell yeah.
And I totally chose future initiative just randomly. I was like, oh yeah, I need to do something with that set. Now that the whole chem launcher thing, it's perfect. And I don't even have to run pulse to run 2 pulse talents.
Hold on.
Ready on you. I see. I got to play a fun little game there where it was like, which one's gonna drop? Because I didn't know who you were aiming at. I guessed right, or I guessed wrong, because I was also aiming at the grenadier. Medic back mid. No armor.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it.
I got him. Move on. Okay.
Did you?
Right in front of you. Right in front of you.
Yeah, I had to back up.
Left door.
Yes, please run around to the right.
I'm gonna equip Regulus.
So much for this hack rig.
Come on, let me get the kill. I'll try some.
Just fucking die.
That headshot explosion did 3 mil. I mean,
Hell yeah.
I know to you that's just like, oh, good, no 3
Well,
million.
from pistol, yeah.
I think, oh man, if I could just somehow get you Regulus, throwing that on Texas Tough Boy is, oh my gosh.
Oh. Yeah.
It's a beautiful gun too.
Yeah, I thought about just jumping in with some bugs.
I mean, if Dan ever starts running raids again, the guy that I ran with, and you're available, he'd totally take you through it. But the problem with Regulus is that you got to run the raid twice.
Yeah.
Rogue striker drone detected.
Oh shoot.
System disrupted.
Oh no.
System back online.
No, he was done. He just punched you.
Yeah, he wouldn't have to get it.
Left. Got him. Go back. You're up.
How's that guy shooting me through the wall?
I think it was the guy on the turret to the right.
Oh, showing hit markers.
What?
Looked like it was showing hit markers from over
Well, even the turret doesn't look like it had a clear line on you.
Serious trauma detected.
Good as new. Fuck you, division!
Who's down? Answer me!
Can't get a shot!
Oh god, you scared the crap out of me. I had
Oh, me?
Yeah, I had no idea you were there.
Oh, my bad. I ran over here to.
Assistance.
No, you're good. I missed every moment that you that you could have been on frame to. Oh shoot! Oh shoot! Oh shoot! Oh, shoot! Shoot! Shoot!
You're good. You're good.
So I turned left and saw this dude in a hunter mask with a Nikon sniper rifle on his back.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
Got a casualty! Sleeper shit!
I was hoping you were waiting.
I was completely blind too. I just saw the icon move and was like, well, okay.
You nailed it.
And it's gonna keep hurting!
That's so fun. Fun little explosion. Happy little explosion.
I love the Seekers. They just, like, to use them as a sniper and be able to make
Makes
people
sense,
pop
yeah.
out of cover. They just, oh,
Yeah.
it's chef's kiss. Yeah.
So cluster does pop him out of cover? Well,
Mhm.
consistently, like even if...
Yeah.
That's good. I couldn't remember if it did it from the damage or if it did it from them like running away or if they changed it.
I mean, I haven't noticed the change in it.
Okay. It's just been such a long time since I used clusters.
You want to just run through?
I don't think we can. Door's closed.
Oh, not on this one, no.
Artie's up. Those poor bastards. Right side. I've got him. I realize saying I've got him is like... Dang.
No, you actually killed that guy though.
That's good.
I just shot that guy in the wrist.
Left side. What?
That's alright, I have self.
Well, I'm buffing the reviver, whatever that does.
How do you like this?
I'm not done. Left side. Yeah, they're gonna come through that door.
Back left or?
Yeah, back left, the way we move forward.
Just lie down and die!
At what point do you think he realized this was a bad idea, but it's too late to not commit?
Right on top of me!
About the time his armor broke.
About the time Ant-Man driving a semi-truck hit him in the shoulder. Oh, that guy was sorry. Yeah, he was from the battle before, and he ran down here to...
Yeah, I think that was
cry.
the first guy that ran down.
Yeah.
He's like, oh no, made a mistake. It's funny, I was that guy that does TikToks and YouTube videos. He was parodying I can't think of his name, but he was doing a parody of like the Sith sending like all of the stormtroopers out.
Palpatine? Order 67?
No. Just like in general,
Oh, okay.
every single fight, they're just like, we're gonna send all the stormtroopers, but I'm not gonna go fight myself.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, all right, you go. It's like, man, he just killed like 6 stormtroopers back to back. Why would I run over there? Because I told you to, and I'll kill you. And it's like, kill me then. I would much rather just die here than be like force choked.
It's interesting because a lot of the flaws in the Sith, I don't know if they did this on purpose, but you could totally explain it away through their ideology.
Yeah.
Like the rule of 2 is because the Sith know that they don't work well in groups and that they all want to be the most powerful. And so that's why, well, there's only ever 2 Sith bad guys at a time. Oh gosh. Thank you. And, which is hilarious because the same thing happens to them every single time, which is the apprentice betrays the master. But because of the hubris of the Sith, every single one of them always ends up thinking that they're the one to change that.
Right.
I was gonna say something Star Wars related, but I can't remember that. Oh, I remember. I watched a really... There's a medic in the back left. A really interesting analysis of episode 1.
He's running to the right.
Okay. Oh gosh, charger from the left. Thank you. But the analysis basically proposed that the theme of episode 1 was symbiosis. Basically, one thing becoming 2 things to become more powerful. And like his argument was that it was littered all throughout episode 1. The symbolism of 2. And once you look at it, it's kind of crazy how much weight there is to that. Because like the central theme of the war on Naboo was bringing the Gungans and the people of Naboo for feed together in an alliance to one becomes two. When the Jedi unite to fight together, one becomes two, they become more powerful. Like the whole now there are two of them thing. Oh wait, no, that was the Sith. Yeah, he said that regarding the Sith. But still, even the Sith, rule of two. Pod racers, 2 engines. And most of Anakin's time in the pod race, like when he was struggling, was when his engines were not working cohesively and he had to turn one into 2. And they even mentioned, like, the word symbiosis is in the movie twice. Once when Obi-Wan mentions the symbiotic relationship between the Gungans and the people of, like, the Royal Naboo. And then the other time is when Qui-Gon is talking about midichlorians and the Force and everything working with, like, a Jedi in a symbiotic relationship. And, like, what?
I got disconnected from the call for a second, evidently.
Gosh, how long was I talking to myself about Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace?
I'm sorry. I heard you start that conversation. I was like, that's really interesting. And then you continued and it went silent. I was like, wow, this is kind of weird. He kind of went quiet.
What was the last thing you remember hearing?
It was like the very beginning of your...
Okay. So, basically symbiosis, 2 things becoming one to be, or no, 1 thing becoming 2 things to become more strong, or to work together. That's like a theme. Like the central, I'll do the spark notes. The central conflict, like what they're trying to make happen in Naboo, for example, is the Royal Naboo of Theed creating a treaty with the Gungans. 1 becoming 2, becoming more strong to overcome. Jedi working in a pair of 2. And seeing that a double-bladed lightsaber, 2 blades. The pod racers, 2 engines, and most of Anakin's race is him struggling to get 1 engine to work. So the pod racer clearly does not work when it is alone. Like, it needs both engines. There's a 2-headed announcer at the pod race.
Yeah.
What else? I know I said some earlier. The Gungan shields require 2... I didn't notice this before this video, but they require 2 of them to connect to make the shield generator.
Yep.
Well, I mean, can't really say this, but twin engines on the starfighters, but that's how a lot of starfighters are, so that doesn't really count. But the word symbiosis is mentioned in the movie twice. Once when Obi-Wan mentions the relationship between the Royal Naboo and the Gungans, saying they need to form a symbiotic relationship. And then the other one is when Qui-Gon's talking to Anakin about the Force and how it exists with the Jedi in a symbiotic relationship. Blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, this movie has, like, a theme that works its way into basically everything, and we didn't know it this entire time. I thought that was fascinating.
That's super cool.
Yeah. I'll send you the video because it's not super long. It's just super cool. And maybe, like, towards the end, it's like the guy, like, just, you know, he plays up the humor, so he's like, starts to make jokes about there's 2 of this, there's like 2 ears on this person, like all that kind of stuff. But I mean, his argument makes a lot of sense to me, and it's I'm convinced that was totally intentional. And, like, I think Lucas is a
fantastic
writer when it comes to big picture stuff. He just he just needed a guiding hand on the steps taken to get there, and, like, on dialogue and stuff like that. But the man had a story to tell, and he told it. But it just would have been nice if there had been someone to help him with certain aspects of it. Because for a theme that closely knitted to the story to go unnoticed all these years, well, to be fair, everyone has been getting a hate boner for that movie ever since it came out, so people probably weren't looking for depth. But for it to go hidden for that long, but for it to be something that I think works really well for symbolism, I mean, that kind of shows that the man has such big ideas, but just probably has a lot of trouble getting those across.
I know the truth. You're fighting me when you should be fighting them.
Oh, I see.
You have
Yep.
no idea what's really going on.
He's delusional.
Rogue striker drone detected.
Left side, Charger coming up. Going for the Palmer.
He's dead.
Good lord, Jeremy. Didn't even see the guy.
Consumed by his grief.
Oh, that's funny. How many
Oh,
bullets?
One
How mu-
shot.
One shot?
One shot.
Oh my god, Jeremy.
Yeah. One shot from Nemesis. But I have all of my stacks right now.
Oh yeah? Well, I got something too.
Major that doesn't mean he was allowed to pass that pain.
I could only see a sliver of the top of their
Your
head.
sons exploited his grief and
Oh,
used
that was
his
a good
story to
shot.
recruit more people to their cause. Thank you for helping him rest in peace.
I'm sorry, I had to.
No, I knew you were gonna do it. I didn't
Just
stand a
wanted to let you
chance.
know, I finished decrypting a LAO file. Meet me in the
Oh,
basement
that
so I
was
can
funny.
show you what we found.
Alright, so now you can hear part 1 of Lau's manifesto back at the White House.
Yay.
Yeah.
Seeker, that's what I... Alright.
I'm looking for that video. Did they pull it?
Oh, manic.
I found it.
We hadn't talked yet, but I watched the Batman.
Oh yeah?
Oh my god, it was so good.
I walked away from that thinking like, man, that's definitely my favorite Batman movie that I've ever seen. It just fired on all cylinders for me.
Yeah. I wouldn't say it's 100% my favorite. Like the Michael Keaton will always be like
Yeah.
top tier for me, but it was definitely one of the best
Mm-hmm.
in recent years. I mean, the Christian Bale are good too, but they're good for different reasons.
Yeah, they're
But that was just such a solid movie.
yeah. And see, to me, I mean, you know how I feel about the Nolan trilogy. I think they're great films, but they're not great Batman films.
No, yeah, I could see that for sure.
And so, like, I'm not going to say that The Batman is a better film than Dark Knight. I'm not going to say that, but I'm going to say that it's a better Batman story, a better Batman movie.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. My buddy Russ and I were talking about it at work the other day, and he was talking about all the symbolism that's in the movie. Like every scene that you see with the Riddler, there's a red and blue light going off with it.
Yep.
And those are supposed to signify like justice and vengeance.
Yeah.
And at the end, you see, spoiler alert, guys. Just, well, not really spoiler, but something that happens in the movie at the very end.
When he's bathed in the red
when
light.
Yeah, when the arena actually floods,
Yeah.
and the cop car is going off blue and red, and then it goes out, and then he drops,
Mm-hmm.
and then like starts the red light as him being, you know, justice.
Mm-hmm. And that was such a great approach. Was the whole thing
Oh,
of him being like, he didn't understand what it meant to be Batman, and so the whole time they don't even call him Batman like ever. I don't think they just call him Vengeance. And for him to, like, his whole arc being, this city doesn't need vengeance, it needs justice.
Yeah.
That's so good. Like, we don't see enough of that from Batman. And just seeing his path from one to becoming both was just awesome.
Yeah, it was super cool.
Yeah.
I definitely want to see another one of his movies.
Yes.
And we were talking about it, and we were talking about the end scene, how they kind of teased the Joker at the very end.
It is confirmed that was the person who becomes the Joker.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they have the deleted scene on
Yeah,
HBO
yeah.
Max.
Okay.
That you actually do see his face. So.
Yeah.
But I thought it would be interesting instead of, because Russ and I were talking about everything that went on in the movie. So we were discussing, this Joker doesn't really look like any of the other Jokers because his face is all messed up.
Right.
And I came up with the idea that maybe this is the Joker before he gets facial reconstruction surgery.
Yeah.
So he's gone through the bath at
Okay. So you think it's post-acid?
at Acme, yeah, post acid, but prior to him escaping and becoming this like suave leader.
Do you want some? So you think maybe the gathering of all of these people at Arkham is gonna is kind of gonna be the spark to kind of create some of the villains.
Well,
like,
now that he has the Riddler there to help him, mastermind this thing, I think the Riddler is going to be screwed over and stay at Arkham.
Yeah.
Like, he's going to double cross him so he can get out, or they introduce Harley and Quinzel.
Gosh, do you think Harley would work in this series?
I think a more tame version would.
Yeah.
As everything is, they're playing it up as like a young Batman and young Joker and young Riddler. I think a young version of Harley would work, but it would depend on who they cast as it.
I think the only way you can make Harley work with the tone that movie presents, because there's a reason that Harley was originally an animated character.
Oh yeah.
But
they definitely don't go animated. They don't go
like just super wacky or anything like that. Like
no, they do a very
mallet and hyenas.
But maybe using a mallet, but being absolutely fucking insane.
Yes,
mentally unhinged because of the Joker.
And I think that could be an interesting place to go. Is you can't really. I don't see them doing Harley effectively without doing Harleen first. And the Suicide Squad was like, hey, we can knock this thing out in 30 seconds. Show her fall in love with the Joker.
Yeah.
Like, I think if you devote the entire
Gonna need a montage.
Yeah, I think if you devote the entire film to that, or just a lot of time so that you see her as normal and then you see her mind get twisted.
Yeah, make it another 3-hour block.
Yeah.
Or 2 hours 56 minutes, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And the first hour and a half, she's Harleen.
Mm-hmm.
And then she helps Joker escape. They have their whole moment of, you freed me, now I get to free you.
Yep.
Where the Joker's like,
and make out
your
in the
mind.
acid bath.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone.
Or.
Go ahead.
They introduce the Joker, and then the Joker creates Two-Face. And they introduce Harvey Dent as being the new White Knight of Justice.
Yeah.
And Bruce Wayne actually working with the policeman, because I liked how they introduced Martinez, and he was kind of like an essential character throughout the whole movie.
Yeah.
Like, he's the one in the beginning of the movie that puts his hand on Batman's chest and is like, hey, you're not supposed to be in here.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the movie, it's the complete 180 where it's, oh my God, can you help us figure out, from the clues that are at the Riddler's apartment. He starts going through the evidence and everything, and he's like, you shouldn't be here. And then he's like, well, what do you got? So they keep him, and then they need a new DA because Coulson was fucking brutally murdered.
I mean, everybody's dead.
Yeah, pretty much the entire system is dead, other than the mayor. So I'd like to see at least the introduction of that character. Maybe not Two-Face yet, but towards the end of the movie, it's the incident that causes him to.
Yeah.
Do it
How tragic would it be if they, like, did a movie that had Harvey Dent in it and didn't do Two-Face for that entire movie and did it the next movie? Like, how rough? Because, like, make an entire movie about, having Harvey Dent being the White Knight of Gotham, and then, like, do that for an entire movie, make him a key main character just to set up his arc in the next movie, and then do the turn in the next one. That would be so hard. Like, to watch. Something about seeing characters that. Well, I'm saying hard in, like, a way where you would get really attached to him.
Oh yeah. Well, that's that style of movie. It's
absolutely.
his, like, gritty detective noir.
Yeah, I think it would work really well because, I mean,
Yeah.
like, a loss like that, you're supposed to feel.
Which is the whole reason why I brought up Martinez. Like, you've throughout this first movie, you've built that attachment to him. So in the beginning of the second movie, there's an inauguration for Jim Gordon to become, Commissioner Gordon. And Martinez, like, dies in the line of duty trying to protect Jim Gordon from doing it, and then White Knight Harvey Dent shows up and he's like, police brutalities at an all-time high in the city. We have to do something about this. With the help of the Wayne Foundation, and then Bruce Wayne steps in and starts playing more of that role as, the face of the Wayne Foundation instead of him just being, this dark, brooding, Batman character. He starts trying to balance that life.
Yeah.
Of being, like, the big socialite.
It's true. That's another thing I loved about the movie was just it implemented so well the fact that he didn't really know what he was doing yet. Like, he knew what
he's still so young, and but even when Krista and I were watching it, I love the fact that Alfred and him did not have a relationship at all throughout the first, like, 2/3 of the movie.
Yes, Andy Serkis doesn't get enough credit for that role, by the way.
Oh no, not at all. I loved him as Alfred.
Yeah, he was great.
I actually called the decryption on the first cipher.
Yeah.
Where it spelled out drive. I was like, it's he gave them a whole thing because he wanted to start out easy with them. And,
I got the ULI still, but the thumb drive thing.
I didn't bet the thumb drive. I was like, drive. It has something to do with the car. So.
Yeah. So before we wrap up and I'll cut you loose to go to bed, where do you think they're going to go next? Like, with everything that happened to Gotham, like, what do you think? Any kind of specific story arcs or comic adaptations do you think they'll do?
Honestly, I don't know enough about the comics specifically to make a choice like that. They have to introduce. I feel like it's almost necessary that they do Harvey Dent.
Yeah.
Because there is no DA.
Right.
But on the flip side of that coin, if they're going to do the Joker as they've already introduced it, it doesn't make sense to be like, oh yeah, Joker and Two-Face.
Right.
But it's definitely going to be. It has got to be the Joker getting out of prison
Mm-hmm.
and taking over Penguin, like overtaking Penguin as the like kingpin.
Okay. I mean, you know,
That's the only real way that I see the story going, because the whole movie was about Falcone,
Mhm.
and then that happens at the end. So, and then the
Apparently we're
Penguin being like,
getting
"Oh,
a
you're this big guy now, huh?"
apparently we're getting
So,
a Penguin show.
yeah, I saw that.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Which I'm not against it. I mean, he played a great Penguin, like phenomenal.
He completely disappeared. Like in that role.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
If
Yeah,
you had
100%.
given me like 50 guesses, I still wouldn't have guessed that that was Colin Farrell.
No, not at all. And they it was on a talk show that he was like, the first time that he put on makeup, he walked onto the set, and the director was like, "Hey, can we get Colin Farrell on set? We need him. We got to do lighting and light tests and all that stuff." And the his assistant was like, "He just walked past you." So it's through the suit and like his mannerisms and everything. He said he completely lost himself in the role, and he loved playing that character.
There
Because he
was
could literally just do whatever, and it was, you know,
yeah.
to that character's like niche. So
It basically was akin to like like a voiced animated character or something, like, because it was like, I've never seen this man before in my life. I've like this is literally the Penguin, like, but live action Penguin, just because.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was great. I'm glad you liked it.
And Danny DeVito, he was a great animated Penguin.
Yeah,
But
different era.
Yeah, different era, and definitely a different
Take.
yeah, for lack of a better word, take. Yeah. Definitely a grittier, like more realistic. Hey, he's gonna be a mob boss of the underworld.
Right.
And the scene of him like slamming up against the wall, and the Penguin being like, "You don't know my reputation. If you're gonna treat me like this," and then the Batman being like, "Well, you evidently don't know mine either." I love that little interaction, and then him like dealing drugs right in front of him, and Batman just being like, "Yeah, well, this is petty crime compared to what I'm dealing with." So
Yeah.
it was fantastic, man. It was just such a good movie.
Yeah.
I'm
Gives
definitely
me-
interested to see what they do with the second one.
It gives me hope that DC. I don't
Actually
want,
knows what they're doing.
well, yeah, I don't want them to pull a full Marvel and just be like completely connected universe, but I would love to like have some semblance of a universe to where like we get really good individual movies, but we can get a team up movie eventually. Like, I want a good Justice League movie. I love DC characters.
Yeah.
Those were the comics that I read. Marvel absolutely sucks now. They suck butt.
Yeah.
And I don't think they're ever going to get better because they don't have to. Although, and I'll say this and then I'll let you go, but Doctor Strange had, and I read an article, I didn't see the numbers, and I didn't cite my source, so maybe it's wrong, but I read from this article that it had the biggest drop-off, like, percentage-wise, from the following weekend, which, could just mean it did have a really good opening.
Yeah.
So that means its threshold for like a drop off, maybe a drop off for it still looks like good money compared to other Marvel movies that didn't make as much money on the opening weekend. But the fact that it had supposedly the biggest drop off on numbers from Friday to Friday means that it's not Spider-Man No Way Home. People didn't like this one, and for good reason. It was bad. It was not a good film. So who knows? Maybe Marvel will. Nah, they won't fix anything. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Forgot we were streaming a few times there, but
It's alright.
we will be back with something at some time. we might do a stream on Wednesday, depending on how I'm feeling and what I've got planned. Jeremy will talk off stream with Jake, figure out what the schedule will look like. But something that I do want to play with you sometime soon is Grounded. Obviously more of this, but Grounded, you know, got an apparently they've added a lot of stuff, and among those things is base defense.
Oh, okay.
So that could be fun. But yeah, there's stuff to play, and we'll be streaming at least a couple more times this week. Join the Discord if you have not. Link in the channel banner to see when that's happening. But till then, have a great week. We will see you next time we see you.
Bye, guys.